Yeah, all that. Uh, oh yeah. So Pastor, he said no. So that works. He must have just got home. I figured that much. Um, so yeah, man. I wanted before we get into the actual pod topic tonight. I was like
Hmm.
I said, I was watching the pivot, right? And they had talked about this subject. So I looked up the post that they was talking about. And I just wanted to kind of see what y'all thought about it. Uh
Uh,
I definitely had thoughts, but I also, yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to see what other men thought about it. So I'm gonna read you this post. I think it started on Facebook. I think that's where the post was originally posted. That's where I got it from. But yeah, this is the post. And this is in the first person of the man who posted it.
all right.
All right. I need to get something off my chest. Yesterday, my stepdaughter graduated and I wasn't invited. I've been in her life since she was 4 months old. Married her mom when she turned two. I've been there, showing up, providing, loving like my own. But when graduation came, I didn't even get a seat. They told me there were only 8 tickets. Here's who made the list: my wife, her two sisters, her biological father, her uncle, her grandmother, her aunt, her boyfriend. That's 8. And I wasn't one of them. I've been carrying that pain all day. I took 3 days off work to be there. I'm a truck driver. That's time and money I don't get back. And yet, I got left out. So today, I made some choices. I took her off my car and health insurance, removed her from everything I'd been covering, told her mother, since she's grown now and chose to make space for her father over me, she can go live with him too. Now there's tension in the house. Emotions are running high, but I'm standing on how I feel because I'm not angry. I'm hurt, deeply, genuinely hurt. Thoughts?
Okay. I would say it's a complicated issue, but when you hear it at first, it seems like a complicated issue, but when you take a step back, it really ain't. Um, it seems like it's fucked up at first because he's left out and he says he's been there her entire life, but nowhere in that does he says her biological has not been there. That's the first thing.
Right.
So everybody else was a direct family member except for her boyfriend. Okay. Um, I can understand you being upset. Definitely understand it. Um, but I think you as the adult in the matter, you took your hurt and turned your hurt into being petty and tried to hurt her for no reason. First, this is a child. It's her choice of who she wants at her graduation. If you felt some type of way, it was as a grown man or just as an adult, it was you had the ability to communicate that to that child in advance. You chose to take days off. No one asked you to do that. So at the end of the day, that's an L you have to take on your decision. Um, did you talk to her mother? Did her mother know you wanted to go? Did anybody know you wanted to go outside you? You say you're not upset, you're just hurt, but your reactions are of a upset person. It's like your actions are vengeful actions, or like you're not reciprocating with your actions. You're not reciprocating the action of not being included in something. You're going above and beyond to try to prove a point. Um, if she did choose to go live with her biological father, okay, cool. Who is you really hurting? You may be hurting your wife. Is that something you're willing to deal with then because of your hurt feelings? As I get older, I find the need more and more to communicate clearly so people can know what's up. I find that I recently just said it. Uncommunicated expectations, they don't get met. So unless you told somebody you expected to go, how would they know?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
whatever hurt you feeling, you got to eat that if you didn't communicate what your true intentions or true wants and needs were. At the end of the day, you are once again you are the adult, and you should have these concepts down packed to a little bit more than your stepdaughter. But if you've been there that long, you shouldn't consider her your stepdaughter. That should just be your daughter.
Mm. Mm.
Maybe it would have been tension, or maybe I think it's leaving something. It's something being left out
Mhm.
about the chemistry somewhere. Do you not get along with the rest of the family?
Mm.
Could that be it?
Mhm.
Do you are you normally invited to other family functions with her biological there? This is a very important day for her biological as well, because once again, you did not mention if he is in her life. And once again, if he is in her life, he has a priority over you to be there. Just because a relationship between your now wife and his ex-wife, and that's his ex-wife, that's because that relationship didn't work out. That don't mean shit about the relationship between the father and the child.
Mhm.
So I can't go into this assuming that's a negative relationship because he was invited.
Mm.
And to my knowledge, anybody who has a negative relationship with somebody definitely doesn't want them invite into something that's very important to themselves.
Mhm.
I don't want to celebrate shit with somebody I don't like.
That's real.
That's just
Real, bro.
me.
No, that's fair. Padawan, what's up,
Yeah.
my boy?
What's good, y'all?
Ain't shit, man. We just chopping it up before we get into the actual podcast proper, man. I saw this post. Well, I actually heard the Pivot podcast talk about this, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then it made me want to look up the original post. So I found the original post, and I just wanted to read it and then get y'all thoughts on it. I don't know if you heard it when you was coming in setting up or not, but I can reread it for you if you want.
I think I missed like the first part of it.
No
I
doubt, I
came in
got
the
you.
middle of it.
I got you. So the original post. This is in this dude's first person perspective. This is what he said. I need to get something off my chest. Yesterday, my stepdaughter graduated, and I wasn't invited. I've been in her life since she was 4 months old, married her
Mm.
mom when she turned two. I've been there, showing up, providing, loving her like my own. But when graduation came, I didn't even get a seat. They told me there were only 8 tickets. Here's who made the list: my wife, the girl's two sisters, her biological father, her uncle, her grandmother, her aunt, and her boyfriend. That's 8. And I wasn't one of them. I've been carrying that pain all day. Took 3 days off work to be there. I'm a truck driver. That's time and money I don't get back. And yet I got left out. So today I made some choices. I took her off my car and health insurance, removed her from everything I've been covering, told her mother since she's grown now and chose to make space for her father over me, she can go live with him too. Now there's tension in the house. Emotions are running high, but I'm standing on how I feel because I'm not angry. I'm hurt. Deeply, genuinely hurt. Hashtag copied. Just wanted to see what you thought about it. I have my own thoughts, but I just wanted to see what somebody else thought when they heard that.
Um, yeah, I think it is something missing. Like, I feel like it needs to be like, how is their relationship? To
Hmm.
like, I'm not hearing that part. I'm hearing I'm supporting you since you were a baby,
Hmm.
but I'm not hearing that we cool. You know what I mean? Like, we do things with each other. Like, we had father daughter time. Like, I'm not hearing that. So I don't feel the obligation, pretty much. But I do understand where you coming from. You supporting the child for this long or whatever. I would probably, if I wanted to go to a ceremony or whatever, I would probably feel like I feel some type of way that I'm left out. But I wouldn't feel like the list of people, right? You said it was the mother, her two sisters,
Yep.
the grandmother.
Yep.
All right, we can't
Uncle and
take
aunt,
the
boyfriend, and biological father.
biological father.
Yep. Uncle, aunt,
I,
and boyfriend.
the only people that could be replaceable is uncle, aunt, boyfriend, and biological father. We're not taking away the biological father, obviously. It's her boyfriend. You know how when girls about their boyfriend, that ain't happening. And depending on their relationship that she has with her aunt and uncle or whatever, I don't think you topping that.
Okay.
I
Okay.
really don't think you topping that. So is at this point I'm asking myself how close do you think how close is he to her or whatever if he's not in the top 8? Like, how have you been treating her this whole time or whatever? Because for real, children don't do shit. They don't do shit not on purpose or whatever. Like, there got to be a purpose. So I can't even really answer it because I don't know that relationship. Like, it's really based on their relationship. Now, if they got a relationship and it look like they do stuff with each other, yeah, I understand how you feel about feeling some type of way, pretty much, or whatever. But like it also, and it might be for the lack of the fact that I don't have children or whatever, that maybe I feel that you might be over exaggerating. Like, it's I understand him for being like, hey, I feel some type of way, but to go all the way out your way to take her off your insurance and all this, that, and the third before really it's time's up for that. That sounds like you're upset. Like like you feeling some type of way is one thing. You can feel some type of way, continue on with your life or whatever. But the action afterwards, that's you upset, pretty much. So yeah, and then it's the simple fact that, all right, if it was like the simple fact that you wasn't around her for that long, like let's say you just met her stepmom and y'all just got together and this, that, and the third or whatever, then I would say, then I don't know. Then at the same time, if you just established insurance with the child and this, that, and the third after you just met her or whatever, like I would probably say you weird as hell for like adding children and you ain't really known the girl like that. Or I would probably say you probably say now that you added it, you still petty for like taking them off. Unless you about to just leave the mom all in general. So I don't know. Like, I don't want to seem like I'm being inconsiderate of a man's feelings, because Lord knows, nobody gives a fuck about men's feelings. But yeah, it's just the simple fact that he did all of that afterwards. That's the part that I don't know if I agree with that or whatever.
That's fair. I think both of y'all brought up a lot of good points. I think similar to most people and y'all, my first brain went to. I'll just take y'all through my stream of consciousness, I guess. My first thoughts was like, okay, there's something missing here because how do we get from I'm taking care of her and treating her like my own to I'm not included at all? I definitely started having questions like, well, what conversation was had before during the planning of it? Because graduation, it ain't like something that sprung up on you. You know all year that the girl graduated. So like, what talks were had in the lead up? Definitely what talks were had after the decision was made to make that list, because before they left the house to go to the graduation, people was dressing up. You knew who was on the list. You knew you weren't included. What conversations was had on that? Just a lot of questions. And then I started thinking of, I think a lot of people online definitely logically went to the blame game next. So, well, the girl was right, the mama was right, the daddy was right, the stepdaddy was right. whoever was right? But I think when I started to get to that point, my brain immediately shifted to I think I've been watching a lot of I've been watching a lot of men's mental health month awareness stuff, different topics around that, and it made me think to like it's a few different like really scary red flags that men can pull from this to like go check on themselves or kind of know what to be aware of. So like you look at we don't know what the conversation was. If you're not including that conversation, it either went really wrong or you're ashamed to admit whatever your wrongs were that led up to the conversation not going well, if you had a conversation. So either there's a lack of communication, which a lot of men face where they are uncomfortable talking. Um, there's also a place of if they, men carry a lot of shame, and because men are already looked at with so many negative stigmas, it's often hard to admit when you fail as a man or when you're struggling as a man or when you're not your best or when you are not being the best dad or the best husband or the best cousin or the best brother or the best son or whatever. Like it's hard to admit those things to people because there's already a stigma on men in general. Black men, we can get more specific, but just men in general, there's these stigmas, right? So there's some shame I see here in this post, and then um, I also wonder about the two sisters. So what I hear is this man in a house with a wife and three daughters, whether they are his daughters or not, but just I'm seeing four women in total in this post, and he's the only man in that particular household. That can be a very alienating experience for a man when you don't
Very
have
much.
another counterpart to share certain bonding things with, certain having another even if it's your son, sometimes just having another male there that gets your perspective a little bit or you get theirs and having that commonality. If you don't have that, I can imagine that being pretty alienating. So you got some isolation there. And then it ends with I'm just deeply genuinely hurt. When a man said that he hurt, that's a very strong statement from a man. Men will more likely say I'm pissed, I'm angry, that's some bullshit,
Yep.
fuck that shit, I don't care. We'll say a lot of shit, but for the man to admit I'm deeply, genuinely hurt, me as a man, I hear that and I hear the desperation in that. That's past. Um, this is just like I'm just mad at them and I'm gonna get over this. This is like this is some life altering shit in his eyes. And that tells me that if you haven't been able to get them feelings out before now, because I'm sure these feelings have come up before now in other ways, for you to be this broken by it now and to do the extreme actions you did afterward as intake, like those are some very long, proactive. You got to get on hold with the
Mm,
operator. You got to push the buttons and find paperwork to find the policy number and all that shit to do all that. So that means you are really this hurts you in a way that is past just by Friday we're gonna be good. This may never we may never be the same again. So I'm hearing again too that it's probably some shit that went on before now that hasn't been spoken on. And again, that leads to back to the thing of like just mental health. Like check on yourself, check on your boys. If you find yourself where you don't have people to talk to, find somebody. Call a preacher, call a therapist, call your cousin, call one of them hotlines, but don't just. It's a lot here that ain't being said between him, the wife, him, the daughter, him and himself. That just screams out like this man is suffering in silence a lot, and it's a lot of conversations past to this graduation issue that probably needed to be discussed and still need to be discussed before this family gonna heal. Because I see this getting uglier before it get prettier, unless there's a lot of emotionally intelligent people around to kind of help him navigate and be patient with him. Because I'm just seeing like a lot of my brothers, a guy that's in a lot of stressful situations, probably carrying a lot. I know truck drivers be going through it sometimes, and he's taking care of himself and 4 other people that I'm counting at least. I don't even know if he got other small kids or something with the wife. I just see 2 sisters, the daughter that's graduating and the wife. So that tell me it's at least 4 people involved since you've been dealing with this woman that you've been taking care of financially and or emotionally, all them other ways, right? That's a lot. And then he didn't even mention his direct family, so his mom or the other grandparents. So you don't know what he going through on his side. It's just a lot in this that just screams out like, where is the communication for one? Where is the therapy? Because I can see that it's a lot that's getting in the way of the communication. It's obvious through a lot of these little words, man. Like, yeah,
Mm.
it's a dynamic there with him and the father that's not being spoken on here. Loving her like my own instead of loving her because she is my own now. That's my daughter. Those are the wording even being used shows that like it's some dynamics that he don't want to speak on because he's ashamed of it or it may paint him in a bad light. But yeah, it's a lot in here. But I don't know. I don't. That's all I had. I don't know that I got no real answers. I definitely think that though therapy and finding a way to communicate before we get to these points, because I don't know. Every graduation I've been to, even my little cousin graduation, like I knew if I had tickets or not. I knew if I was showing up to the after party or to the actual graduation. We knew who was gonna be where. Who even funerals, who riding in what limo. Like these things are plotted before you get there.
Mm-hmm.
So to get here and all of this turmoil come, that means it was turmoil before in some ways. Whether it was a silence and everybody was just operating like shit was cool, but it won't. Whether it was a messed up dynamic with him and the women, whether it's a messed up dynamic with him and the men, or maybe even the grandmother or like the other family members where he been maybe they had some type of rift. I don't know. But for the boyfriend who couldn't have been there as long as you to get invited over you. And everybody else in this situation has also been there since she was a baby. That says a lot about some dynamics and some conversations that were deeply missed before you got to that graduation day. For the dun all that, yeah. Before that, it was already some shit going on. But yeah, man, that's all. I just wanted to get y'all takes on it. Put some food for thought out there before we get into some of these topics that we going into tonight, man.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's about to get a little real. Tonight's docket has been brought to you by our boy Faith. Uh,
Oh yeah.
if y'all been
Big
catching some of
face.
his shorts lately, man, they doing numbers and it seem to be resonating, and he's definitely got a lot to say. So we're gonna be rolling with this, man. But we about to get into the podcast proper, man. So go ahead, buckle up your seatbelts and all that good shit. And yeah, man, here we
Enjoy the
go.
ride.
I am hustling, moving day every day.
Welcome to the Podnas with Face, Pat, and Tiz.
Who the fuck you think you fucking with? I'm the fucking boss.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Podnas. This is a show with 3 friends, separated by distance, connected by brotherhood, having weekly conversations that you can join in on. And as always, I'm 1/3 of the Podnas. It's your boy Tiz, and I'm along with.
It's your boy. It's the Padawan, the other third of the partners, and I'm along with.
It's facing the place trying to win at this thing we call life in this big ass race. How's everybody doing this week, man?
As
Man, go ahead. You got it, Pat.
I'm alright. I'm good. I don't got nothing to complain about. Just the same normal shit that we all go through, or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't know. I ain't gonna say I'm all right. That'll be lying. It's been a rough week. You know what I mean? It's probably gonna get rougher as the next week comes in, but I say overall, some of those thoughts and stuff I might get out on the pod. Some, we might have conversations about, but I'll be all right by the end of the week. But right now, tonight is not the best night, but we making the best fucked up situation as Black people are known to do. Happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Also to the LGBTQs, happy Pride and all that, whatever. And happy any other month it is. If it's waffle month or whatever else, happy month to that. But definitely shout out to my brothers in the struggle right now. Happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month for sure. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
How about you,
Yeah.
man? How you living, broski?
Shit, I'm living like a motherfucker.
Well, amen
Um,
to that.
you know, just put another $600 something into this car.
Oof.
Uh, yeah, just had the rotors, brakes, and wheel bearings replaced on them. So
Yeah, I think I'm moving toward having to do that in the near
get it,
future on my own. So I understand. Oh,
I
and
got
shout
get
out to
it done
Black
before
Music.
you hit grinding everywhere. Because the more grinding you hear, the more expensive it costs. And
Oh yeah, the
it is what
grinding
it
and
is.
the rattling. Worst sounds ever.
Oh yeah, you gotta get taken care of. Don't want to pay for it, but I had to pay for it. It is what it is. Another part of life. Bills be billing and life be life.
Yeah,
But hey, you gotta continue to try to find a silver cloud in the gray. So gotta go. Gotta move on and move forward.
that's real.
Everything
That's real.
else, shit. Everything else is copacetic, man. I really can't do too much complaining. Because complaining without knowing a way to solve it ain't gonna do me no justice anyway. So
That's for sure. Man, I just want to say, man, before we even get into the topics for the night, man, I just love y'all, man. I understand. Y'all know I'm here. I know, sometimes we get stuck on the podcast schedule, but reach out to your brothers, man, if y'all need some, man. Like, we got to get
out
each other
in
through this shit, man.
touch,
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on in the world past us,
nobody
and it's a lot
can.
going on in our own little worlds, man. It take being together these days to get through it. So, love y'all, and,
Lean on
I'll let
me
your boy if you need me. All right, now this nigga about to go Joe Clark and shit. All right.
when
see,
you're not
this be the bullshit.
strong.
See, this be
yeah.
the bullshit. What was the music teacher name? Miss what?
Fair East Side,
Is it Joe?
Oh man.
Fair East Side.
By thy
I
side, I'll
was
stand and
there and
always
always
bring thy
praise
name,
praise
bring
thy
thy
name, praise thy
name
name.
forever. Yeah. Eloise, high, before
Oh
our
man.
loyalty, loyalty,
Loyalty,
loyalty.
loyalty.
Oh shit.
Boy, that's the damn shit, boy. That damn Fair East Side, man. God damn, I don't know how the hell we got down from mental health, but damn, I like that segue. All right. We might as well
What
go ahead and
shit?
get off into the podcast proper, man. We don't bullshit around
Alright.
enough, man.
First topic up tonight, man.
Yes, sir.
I've heard the clip before of this comedian talking, and I've heard the topic of this of her comments recently on another podcast. Uh, so the basic topic is: should a woman keep her husband's last name when they divorce? This is not a divorce. This is not a separation by anyone passing. It didn't work out between the two, so it's kaputzi's fault. Should she be able to keep the last name, or should be able to, because I believe women have a right to do it, but should she keep the last name? Um, this
Mm,
is this is especially brought up in the case of Tory Hart. We all know who Kevin Hart is. Very famous comedian, very rich comedian, comedic actor, and all that. His ex-wife is Tory Hart. Uh,
right.
I've never heard of Tory Hart as a comedian, but come to find out, she is a comedian.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but
For a while
but
now.
to, but to my knowledge, she was not a comedian before he blew up with his last name as Hart.
Hmm.
To some, her still holding the last name uh, gives her like some like name recognition from him and what he's built off his name. Uh, to others, they feel like she shouldn't lose the name because she built her own brand off the name. But the Hart name only rings bells because of Kevin Hart.
Right.
So in this case, should she be able to keep her last name? In the clip of her, She spoke on building her own brand off of the name because she's Tori Hart, and people know her from her comedic skills as Tori Hart. They don't know her by her maiden name, Tori Skipper. Now
Okay.
she went on to say she loves her maiden name, she loves her family, but Tori Skipper just don't have the same ring as Tori Hart.
Mhm.
She
Okay.
mentioned building the brand. Now, on this podcast, they brought up different reasons why women should be able to keep the name or should keep the name. And one of the
Yeah.
co-hosts brought up the fact that the woman may want to keep the last name so she will have the same last name as her kids, which was a good point.
Yeah.
But nowhere in the clip of Tori Hart speaking on the last name did she mention that. So that
Right.
couldn't be really put into the equation when computing how you feel about her statements. So I bring the same comment to y'all. Should women keep the last name of a divorced husband? And in the case of like Tori Hart, who's trying to build a brand off that same last name, which you're no longer married, but you're still using the name of your married husband.
Right. So I'll go to this, right? Since I am the one that is, divorced and having that type of situation kind of be right now. I would say, for one, yes, the kids thing does play into it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the kids' entire life they've known nothing but all of us having the same name. Usually, if you got some healthy co-parenting going on, you usually kind of just teach them that like this is our family, this is our family. This name means that we are all connected. So to have that name change, that could be confusing for the child, depending on the child's age, especially when they split up. The children, I know one of them was still like elementary school age, so that could be confusing. And then on the branding side, I think that people often look at the end of marriage like, all right, that's the end of the family. But when you got kids, it really ain't. It's just more the family is opening up so that, we may have another person with our last name added. We may have mommy change last name, but we still all connected because we still family. So in that sense, I can understand her. The world met her in her profession by a certain name, whatever that was when they met her in her profession.
Mm-hmm.
She was still together with him when she did start doing comedy. So now it's like this is what I've been billed as to confuse people who might have came to my last show. Now had them come to try to figure out who is this new Tory person. Like, is this the same girl? Like that can be confusing and mess with ticket sales. So I can understand her from a branding piece. Like I'm still a part of this family. I'm still my children's mother. They have the same name. It's almost like a what I look at is like this, man. I don't necessarily believe everybody should leave with stuff they ain't built, but the family name is something that was built together. Like even though the woman take the man last name when marriage, both parties are making this name move. Like, there was a time when Tori was kind of looking out for Kevin. So in that part, she's making that family name look better because he got to support a woman. Then he gets to be famous. Now he's making the family look good because he's a successful comedian. But either way, the name itself, people just associate it with the group of the Hearts. Even if one of the kids come out, they don't associate them like, oh, even if they build their own brand, you still a Heart. And technically she is because before anybody knew him, she was the one that was there. So in her case, I understand it. Now, had she been like a somebody come lately or she came after the fame and then she pressed it. I don't know that because no, the only reason like no, you didn't help build nothing here to earn the right to have this last name as our family. Everybody else in our family don't put some type of family pain in. You just came. So I can understand people not wanting something like that. But for me, like I look at it like my son only know his last name and he only know his mom as that last name. To have her then switch that all of a sudden on him, at this age could be confusing for him and cause a lot of like I don't know how he take that. I don't know how a child takes it. I know for me it's almost like, oh, you saying you don't want to be a part of our family no more or something. So you got to think about shit like that with the kids. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a lot of dynamics in it, but overall, I don't really see a problem with it because her failures don't make his last name look any worse because he's so successful. And if she does something great, it just make him look better. Oh, the heart tree doing something great, like you know what I'm saying. So it's like he can't really lose in the situation. So I don't see where like it would be a big deal. At this point, you've been a heart this long, you might as well just go ahead and be a heart. Shit, kind of like moving to a new city. You know what I mean? After a while, you've been there so long, you just from there now. Like you just one of them. Like it's all good. In my opinion.
Okay, I see that. I can definitely see that. And I definitely understand where you're coming on with that. What you think, Pat?
I kind of feel like I get where somebody coming from. I mean, all in all, when it comes to her success, it's gonna be that in the background or whatever. But at the same time, I kind of feel like you can't really say it's a loss in the matter. Pretty much, if she is successful, I hope you are successful. You the mother of my children. I mean, I don't got it's certain shit I don't got to worry about.
That part too.
Pretty much. So like if anything, if you feel salty about it, man, just call it as a loss or whatever. I mean, I think you can't really even be mad at the same time. Like pretty much, like yeah, she making it off your name or whatever, but like you kind of it's kind of like your name is taking care of your kids.
Mm-hmm. And what you said too about the loss, like when you gotta when you going through a divorce or you know what I'm saying, you're no longer with your child's mother, I think it's important to remember to like negate as many net losses as possible. Like how big of a loss is this? And if that's a big loss, then cool. But if it ain't no big deal and it don't really move my needle on my side, and we're still both able to be good parents and continue to have good communication, kind of like pick your battles. Like, is this a battle that, like, depending on how we left each other, how long you've been there, what your history is with the family, how, you know, it's a lot of factors. But if it's not a big deal like that on your side, I feel like it's bigger battles to discuss, like, you know, alimony, child support, custody, who's gonna show up where for these, like all that type of stuff. Even this stuff we was talking about before the pod started, you know, the graduation thing, like these are more important conversations than whether or not you still got my last name. Like I really don't care. Because if I make another woman my wife, she got my last name too, and it don't take nothing away from her. It just means it's a lot of people my last name. My mama got my last name. Oh well,
I
like
feel
it ain't that. It's deep because it's bloodline, but like, and if she keep it and she keep that last name and she happen to name her son after that, that means your last name continue. So that's another way you know what I mean. So it's not a.
it's more bragging rights than anything.
Yeah, it just depends on how much you want to beef about it, I guess, or how important that is to you as an issue to you. And I think that's something each man will have to decide. Like, I don't want this or I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I will say though, move tactfully with something like this because I feel like this is one of them conversations that can move an argument, a disagreement into an argument because it is such a sensitive topic. And I do know that, you know, listening to some other women outside of Tory speak on podcasts about like their last name when they leave they exes, there is some type of some women do carry like I earned this because I was there for him all them years. So
Yeah.
no matter the fact that we over, this is like my badge of honor or what or like my gold star for the years I put in. It's like my severance package. It's like I've earned the right to be a part of this family because I sat there and I bonded with his mama and I'm cool with his sister and I still, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it also depends on like how tight the family is. If you a bro, you ain't never been around my family, you don't care about it. Like that's one thing. If it's so many factors, but for the most part, and in this particular case, I think the reason why Kevin ain't never tripped about it is because like as long as we cool and co-parent, we good. And whatever you doing over there, it's not change. It's not making it's not being a detriment to nothing I'm doing. So if it's not hurting me, it's just helping you. I don't really have there's nothing to make me feel somebody because I don't feel a loss.
Yeah.
But I think it really is sensitive though, because it depends on what the situation is. Because I also feel like I said, like if it was me and the fam, and we was all this, we was all the Joneses, and then you pull up in year 20 something, and you hang with us for 2 years and get the Jones that name, but then you gone. Nah, give me that back.
Yeah.
We Joneses done been through some shit. We done bonded over some shit. You won't shooting with me in the gym. You gotta go. You gotta go back to Smith or whatever. But ain't no more Jones for you. Nah. So I definitely understand both sides. I think it just really depends on what the situation of the divorce is. Like how
I
much time y'all got in, what the bond is, whether y'all got kids together and all that. I think all that play a deep part in it.
I didn't even think.
I'm sorry, y'all crossed over. What you say?
Well, I said I didn't even think about that perspective. The whole, or you came in for like 2 years and now you want to leave.
Yeah.
Like especially if you're a man that's established and that happened, I can see how you can be salty, but like, nah, give me that back.
Yeah. Like even like I'll give you this, like Scottie Pippen was Scottie Pippen before Larsa Pippen came in.
Yep.
But you need to give me my name back because you don't respect that name enough you out here disparaging my name and now making it weird when I try to go for contracts for broadcasting or for whatever I'm trying to do in my post NBA career. You making me look weird out here because of your shenanigans. You're not adding to, you're not doing something productive. Like you being a stand-up comedian is one thing. You out here hoeing around with Future and them like and doing coke with Michael Jordan's son. Like, give me my name back.
Yeah,
Go back to Larsa Rodriguez or whatever the fuck you was, but don't be you can't have Pippen no more.
She gotta drop the first initial.
Bitch, you know how many charges from Charles Oakley I had to take to make my name something? How many times I had to get dunked on by these big motherfuckers? Man, you don't give me my goddamn name back, bitch. Out here making me look crazy than my big nose.
She gotta be lost at Ippin from now on, man. Ain't no Pippin. Drop that P, baby.
No, I need all of it. You are like so I think it really do matter like how the person carrying it, right? Like are you carrying it like you got some type of respect for like whether we ended on a good or bad note, I think there should be a level of respect you have with people you had a long-term relationship with to where like I don't want you, but I also don't want you to be like fucked up. I ain't out here trying to cause you harm. And I think that should be a respect that everybody leave relationships with. Like it ain't unless there was abuse of some kind, I don't really know that there should be like any level of like hatred to the point where I want to have something done to you, see you doing bad, or look for ways to after the fact keep going. Like the breakup should be the thing for both parties. Well, all right, that was it. Not that was it, and then let me keep going. Like if that's the case, it must be some other shit, and you need to go to therapy. Like that really is a problem. But otherwise, like, yeah, man. Unless you fucking my name up or you didn't earn the name, go ahead and keep the last name. Eventually, I hope you get another partner that make you happy and you get a new last name. But until then, I understand. Go ahead and rock out. Just don't make the family look bad. Just like anybody else with the last name. Like, I don't want to make the name look bad for my mama. So, I think it's just, yeah. That's a tough one, though. It really do depend. Because there's so many ways that sways whether or not it's okay.
So many ways it's ways.
Indeed. Well, speaking of moving on from your partner.
I think it's time.
Can sometimes cause an argument But tonight, I don't think it will. I think it may just cause really good discussion. In keeping with the theme of women losing men or men leaving women, who are your? Well, first of all, it's Tiz's top three. My soundboard messed up, so I ain't got my normal fan pad. But y'all know what it is. Yeah, man. Tiz's top three.
Three.
Hey. Yeah, we're gonna make that the new theme song. I like that. Hey,
Trace.
yeah, all that. But yeah, man. Tiz's top three for the night. Who are the top three women who you would or have struggled to see them move on with a new partner based on the relationship that you know them from? I.e., they leave the man they with, and now it's weird to see them because you've seen them with that person so long. It's like, no, go back. Yeah, y'all was who it was y'all. I'll start it off.
Mm.
So this ain't my number one, but it is the first person that came to mind when I thought of this topic. And we don't like her. So I'm only gonna say her name once because I know we don't like to say her name. But Jada Pinkett Smith.
Mm.
That one was hurtful. That you gave me hope that if I was a good dude, I would be all right. Now I just know we're fucking. You fuck my son's friend? You moved on from me with my son's friend? I ain't even mad you moved on. Had you said, hey, Lorenz Tate got single and called me. All right, gone. Nigga would have taken even Brian Hooks. At least he in our age range. But August Alsina, my son's buddy, this nigga we taking to the beach that's building snow castles and shit with his big ass. Oh, man, hey, look, man, men of the culture, God bless you. Y'all keep holding tight, man. It's rough out here. You can do whatever, and that will happen. That was a tough one because it just shattered. It was one of those images of like, all right, this is possible, and it was just like, oh no, maybe not. Then I see now.
Okay, I
And
got one. I got one.
everybody, hey man, I don't know, man. I tell you what, I know a lot of relationships that have been over since then too. I'm telling you, it's like a domino effect.
Mm-hmm.
I
She
got one that
fell,
I
and the
thought was
rest of
right
it.
there on the hip hop level.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it ain't so much the woman involved so much as the relationship in general, because how they put themselves, how they publicize themselves to be, I should say. I want to
How
say
did I
Remy
not have
Ma,
this on my
Papoose.
list? How did I not have
Yeah.
this on my list? That's
And Remy
crazy.
Ma with since the breakup, you got Remy Ma with Easy the Block Captain, the dude that used to have the real fucked up teeth. Now he got the semi fucked up teeth. And Teresa Shields with Papoose now.
Bunch of fucked up teeth.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Bunch of fucked up teeth and fake teeth
yeah.
in the whole relationship group. All four of them.
To say that Papoose stood by her while she did her bid, he did the reverse of what you would say a ride or die woman would do. He was a ride or die husband, if that's a term. For her whole bid, she came out. He bigged her up, did all this. They got on a reality show and tried to, attempted to make it seem like they had the best relationship they could. They was stood for black love and all this other. To turn around a few years later and
Yeah.
be all in the
disgusted.
little internet bullshit, putting each other business out there, public divorce, uh, uh, the dudes fighting each other, the dude with the messed up teeth getting beat up, knocked out. What to say? He admitted, I believe he admitted to it, and Papoose admitted to it in a freestyle. Yeah,
Man.
like I said, it's not so much as the woman as far as the relationship, how they portray the relationship to be, and what the relationship so-called stood for. But with many things in life, things are like onions. They have a whole bunch of different layers. So I guess eventually all the layers got pulled back till it got to the real core of the relationship, and it got exposed.
No, you ain't lying. The two main takeaways I took from their whole situation was, for one, no matter how bad it get at the end, keep that shit between y'all. Adding in other people does not help. It does not make shit better. Don't be airing your shit out on Instagram Live or making posts about each other and shit. Like, keep that shit in house. Figure it out. Go to whatever you gotta do to break up amicably. Do that, but don't be doing that extra shit because it does not help. It makes the kids look crazy in school. It just don't add nothing but extra shit. Nothing that neither one of y'all want. And then for two, definitely. Oh, most definitely. Stop lying to public. Just be who you are. Everybody got fucked up shit with it. I'm the same nigga that can give you marriage advice, that can give you divorce advice in the same conversation. Everybody got fucked up shit with them. Life be life. Ain't nobody perfect. If we were, we would be gods or the universe or whatever you believe is the ultimate thing out there in your personal belief system. But none of us are that. We human beings on this little weird looking semi ball called Earth, and we here and we just doing the best we can. All of us. Stop perpetrating the fraud, acting like you holier than thou. Like, we all fucked up. Now I will say this: be who you are. You stand on respect, try to give it. You stand on integrity, try to have it. You stand on love, try to be loving. If you're really a kind person, stand on it. But recognize you're gonna have some angry moments if you kind. You're gonna have some
Stand
hateful
on being
moments if
good
you
if you
love it.
good.
Everybody does. Like, the kindest person in the world has blown up on somebody or at something at some point in their life, whether you saw it or not. It happened.
Yes, I have.
Everybody's just out here working it out, man. We figuring this shit out. So I think that was their biggest downfall with Remy and Pat, man. Is like, you portrayed this image that is unsustainable for anybody to always be looked at as like this perfect vision. Like, sometimes shit fucked up. Sometimes y'all was arguing. It's okay to look angry in the picture. You ain't gotta be holding hands. Like,
Mm.
it ain't nobody else business anyway. But you ain't gotta put on no front for nobody, because then when the shit fall, you look crazy. That what happened to that boy. What was that boy? Had the little sweet talking voice, always wearing turtlenecks and weird sweaters and shit.
Tevin Campbell.
No, man, it was more recent. The nigga, he was like a fake ass giving advice to women guru. He was around that Kevin
Uh,
Samuels time, but he was the opposite of Kevin Samuels. He was like always pandering to women.
Jackson something.
Yeah, that nigga. You know what I'm
Daryl
talking about, with
Jackson.
the wife that had the dead eyes. Looked like she was being held hostage.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Some
Yeah.
Jackson. Got his
Yeah.
name.
You out here putting out all this bullshit without telling the other side. Now, it ain't even wrong to say the shit that he was saying. But the problem is with most celebrities is they say all the good shit, but they never add in the bad shit. You got to put both sides to it. It's like being like the reason the reason people love Tupac is because he gave you the good and the bad. He gave you the full duality of man, because we got all of that shit of us. Most
Just
great
like a peanut butter
people,
and jelly sandwich.
most great people in the world got duality. Martin Luther King was a cheater, but he also really believed in making sure that people had equality. Those two things can exist in the same person, but you got to show all that so then people idea of you don't get shot at. If they see
That's what
you
I'm saying.
sitting there standing in the shit, but also spraying on the cologne, they know, hey, from the neck up he smelled great, but down there some shit there, because they see it. But you got to show it to them. Don't just give them the neck up picture. It's like, oh man, it's like man, okay, y'all gonna get mad at me when I say that. It's like women on the internet who take neck up pictures only, or men on the internet who always got on the hat. Go ahead, show the truth. Yeah, you look good from that particular angle and with that hat on. But when y'all take that hat off and you motherfucking show that full body, shit get different. Go ahead, show it all so people can make a real decision on you. Because you will be surprised. Most people respect that, and most people look like you. They got the hat on too. They was waiting to take the hat off. They waiting for somebody else to give them power. Oh shit, we
Don't
ain't gotta
nobody
hide this
want
shit
no
no more.
damn
Hell yeah, nigga.
skeleton.
They were waiting
Gotta give
for a
them
girl to
both.
come out there and throw that body out there like Lizzo so they can stop hiding that damn triple fupa they got. We were waiting on it.
Flooper. That's a
Listen, man,
flooper. Triple flooper, flooper.
ain't nobody perfect. Come on now, Kimberly. What she said, Miles Davis, look, amazing musician and beat his woman. Like people got a lot of duality. R. Kelly is the king of R&B and the king of R&P, and both are true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just what it is. Like, man,
Michael Jackson, one of the greatest performers ever, but allegedly touched little kids.
man, allegedly. We never
I'm
got
always going to
we
say
never
it.
got facts on that one.
Yeah,
But
that's why I said
it's out
allegedly.
there though. I will always say this when it comes to allegedly, a lot of that comes from what I just said. Not putting that shit all out there. People always, if people know you got a whole bunch of sides to you, they kind of have more empathy with you because they see themselves in you. But when you put yourself out there as a paragon of a beacon of hope and like this ray of light that can't be touched, and I'm infallible, as soon as you fuck up, people will call you on your shit.
Oh, for the-
Don't shatter nobody's dream. Just be who you are.
Did he?
Just be who you are. Back in the day, them niggas was junkies and rock musicians, and people roll with it. It was at the we understand, we know. Shit, we smoking reefer. What we gonna say? Go on, do your dope. Keep making these hits, and people was happy. But now, you know, people want to be all these damn like what was the girl that Tyrese was married to out here acting like she was this queen of loving on black men and shit, and then goddamn come find out she the same girl that's my Shayla. What boy can you tell? Oh, you the same woman? Oh hell no! How you gonna tell somebody about loving on a black man and you out here looking a hot mess? Why don't you tell us the truth about how you fucked up on the last one? Give us like just give everybody who you are. Be who you are. It's like I tell people at work sometimes. Look, if you ain't bullshitting when the boss ain't there, you ain't gotta straighten up when he get there. Just be yourself at all times. Then whoever see you, you ain't gotta do nothing else. You ain't gotta act no way. You ain't gotta figure out nothing. You ain't gotta try to lie on top of another lie. You ain't gotta nothing. You can just chill. Cause you knew who I was before I got here. You saw me yesterday.
You are who
You
you say you are.
know who I was before I got here.
Indeed.
A superstar.
Pat,
So look,
who a woman you got?
I'm probably going to say the ones that I thought of right there because I don't have a third, and really I just thought of this one,
Well, you
and
ain't said your first one.
and then also want to point out that really I don't give a fuck about these damn celebrity relationships. Like some of them, I wish they would break up. Like I was celebrating when Kanye and Kim broke up. It was like, man, and then it got worse. Like I don't even think it should have been together. There's a lot of them I feel like together in the first place, or whatever. And like, why are you dating a rapper?
That's fair.
And why are you dating an extra? But I would say y'all two took the ones I definitely agree with, and so those would probably be the ones that I would have picked also.
Shut up, man.
Andre 3000 and Erica Badu, I felt like they could have, they would have, they looked like they were perfect together. They had the same type of vibe, pretty much. And I want to also say it really hurt my heart when my birthday twin Tyrese did break up with his wife because I had to hear this nigga cry on every fucking.
Well, Lord, do you run from me? Making Capricorns all across the world look a hot ass.
December 30th, Capricorns looking like terrible, man. It's bad enough I had Tiger Woods, you know? All I got left.
Don't you got LeBron too?
I got LeBron and my actual birthday twin, Thor. You know, Chris Hemsworth. But you know.
Okay. So you got two out. Hey.
But man, Tyrese and Tiger Woods, we're gonna have to put them to therapy and why. Yeah.
God bless your day, my brother. I ain't heard nothing bad about the 29, so we still right. But for my next one, man, I thought I'd take it a little funny here, right? It's one y'all might not have thought about. But Miss Elizabeth when she left Macho Man.
Mm.
She never looked right with Lex Luthor or the NWO or even Hulk Hogan for that little time in 80 something.
Mm.
It just, her and him were together. It just made sense. It was what fit. And to see them not together, she never looked right to me after that. Her mannerism didn't look right. Uh, she didn't look happy. He didn't look happy. It just didn't fit no more. And I think that wrestling fans all over America will feel me. They can understand and sympathize with that. Like, damn, Elizabeth did never look right. Like her and Lex Luthor, weird ass man. Nobody grew up all hype about Lex Luthor. We just like when he elbowed niggas when he first had that little fake metal plate shit. But nobody really liked Lex Luger. We love Macho Man. Stop it to a Slim Jim. Ooh yeah, dig it. Ooh yeah, brother. Like
You
why?
didn't like Lex Luger, nigga?
No, I didn't like Lex Luthor and Superman. I didn't like Lex Luger in wrestling. I don't like. I don't. I'm not really a big Lexus fan. I don't know. No, I'm good.
No, I didn't fuck with that nigga either.
Yeah, I want no fan. And I damn sure want a fan of Elizabeth being with him. Like she didn't look right over there. Go back to Macho. You got on the sequin dress still. You know you want to be over there all bedazzled out. Go on back home, Lizzie.
Okay.
But yeah,
Mhm.
that's my second one.
All right. My second one. We're gonna keep it in the same vein as wrestling. I'm gonna go Lita when she went to Edge and left Matt Hardy and started a almost decade long rivalry that spanned more than one wrestling organization.
It kind of messed up her career. She never hit the levels again that she did when she was with them.
Nope. Not at all.
Yeah, that's real. You can't debut with a nigga and then be with him that long and then just no. I feel you, but no, you gotta have another gimmick, or you just gotta ride that first gimmick out and act like y'all was brothers and sisters or something like we thought at first anyway.
Yeah, because technically,
Like
because
but you can't put it on the air and then just be like, oh no, we ain't together no more. Cause this one ain't on my list, but Terry Runnels and them did the same. She's like, come on, man, y'all, we know y'all together. Like y'all a pair. What is you doing? Get your ass
Fucked
back
up
over
shit.
there.
That's some fucked up shit that she was really fucking with. Some
Yeah.
outside shit.
And,
Came
and
in some
and the
inside.
weird part is I've never seen that twist work with a woman in wrestling to where they look right, except for Sunny. She the only one I seen leave her original little guy that she come in with, and then she be looked at as right afterward. Like even Sable, like she had her little burst, but then it was quick and gone.
Yeah.
But most of them don't last that long when they
Mhm.
separate from, at least not in the major two back then, in the major one now. But yeah. I
Yeah.
definitely, I
Yeah.
definitely feel y'all. Now, yeah, that leader one, that was tough. Even though I liked Edge, but I just didn't like that move. I was like, come on, man, stop being a whore. In my brain, I
Yeah.
ain't gonna even lie to you, like, cause it just came
Stop being
across
a
as
whore.
like you cheating on
Whorish.
this dude right in front of him. Like I ain't never been down with them type of moves. Like even the Triple H with the taking Stephanie from Ted, like won't they together at first and then he can't.
Mhm.
Like I don't like them
Mhm.
moves. I don't like no snake shit, man. Like just go ahead, finish that shit off, and then go on. But don't be doing all that weirdo nothing. And let's sneak, and we gotta be at the same damn venue and shit. And I'm shaking this nigga hand, man. Now you about to make me kill this nigga because he done shook my hand. Like it's the principle of the shit. Like, come on, man. Have some couth
Scandalous.
about yourself. Or just come up and be like, hey, I like old boy. I'm about to leave you for him. All right, cool. But don't be doing that weird shit. We find it out on the internet or on the damn show at worst. Like what? Come on now. That shit don't
Scandal.
never work. Yeah, just try it.
I got,
Um,
I got, I got
come
another
on
one.
with it, Pat. Yeah, I knew you get into it.
All right.
Read the topic real good too, because I think you stuck on half, but it can also be who would bother you if they did.
Mm.
So you got a
Uh,
hell of options. Because my last one gonna throw both of y'all off.
I know this is not real, but when Black Panther and Storm broke up, that hurt. That hurt.
I ain't gonna lie to you. My original introduction to Black Panther storyline or any story involving him was with when he was with Storm. So I can understand that being uncomfortable for you.
It was like
I,
something we
I
were all waiting for a while. Then it happened, and then after it happened, it quickly went away. Some good
yeah,
story.
you know what it was like? It was like when Zach and Lisa Turtle got together on Saved by the Bell. We knew like they make the most sense. They both vain as fuck. They the pretty people of their perspective groups. Like, all right, that makes sense. And then they got together for like an episode and then ended up breaking up at the damn max. The hell wrong with y'all? Get back together.
Because you were Dirty Mac and Screech.
That's the problem. But what I'm saying is, man, fuck the streets.
The Screech jump.
Hey, man, look.
Then it gave them 6 more seasons.
I don't like the Dirty Mac. I'm with you on the snake shit. I'm with you there. But hey, man, you needed to have a conversation with Screech and let them know, hey, man, this shit makes sense. This is my boo.
6 more seasons.
We
Screech
belong
would have had.
together. We belong together. Well, in real life, if Screech played his cards right, he might have got her. But that's a story for another day.
Let's not talk about her, because the last time I seen her, she looked like she was a zombie.
Oh man, didn't she look crazy? Her and Maya
Yeah.
Campbell. Like some of them 90s beauties, boy. I know they said, it's some of them that's lasting, but some of them, woo, the fall off was drastic.
What's the other one
Tragic
name? The girl from Moesha.
Countess Vaughn?
Yeah.
Well, I ain't never think she was that hot anyway. Six was the white girl was always my John off Moesha.
I ain't seen her lately.
Six was bad. That her on Blossom and on Moesha and Parker. She was she could
How they say?
Six and Topanga was them two. Like, oh, you get away with saying you like them. People understood.
Topanga for the Wu-Tang. She like
Huh?
Wu-Tang Clan. Topanga like rap.
And Topanga still. Topanga still. Mm-hmm.
Topanga still Topanga.
Shout out to Danielle Fishel and all that. For real. Thank you for puberty, boo. You and Essence Atkins. But that's a story for another day too. My last one, man. I'm glad we went to the fate because my last one is very much so not in the real realm, but I think if this had happened, I think this would have crushed a lot of people growing up. Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit. If she left that nigga, man, do you know Jessica Rabbit was the reason I got a lot of the big confidence I got right now? Like I always had confidence. Like my mom told me, I had girlfriends when I was 2, weird shit like that. But like my real confidence of just knowing that like no matter what, I'm the shit came from Roger Rabbit and the fact that I grew up watching him have Jessica Rabbit. And he was the biggest goof ever. And it just let me know, it don't really matter who you are. You got swag, hey man, you're gonna be all right. It's just your aura. Have some confidence in yourself. And Roger had that, and she was right along with it and loved that nigga dirty draws. So, like, hey, man. And she was the baddest of the bad. To this day, it's not a lot of real women that's badder than just like they're looking for that aesthetic right now with BBLs and the breast implants and the lip fillers and all that. Like they trying to be Jessica Rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. So man, if she had left Roger, I think that would have had a detrimental impact on my childhood confidence and my ability to just know, hey, man, I can get whoever I want. It doesn't matter how I talk to it. Don't let me make her laugh.
Okay.
Yeah, that last one kind of threw you, didn't it? I know it. I throw a little monkey wrench into the game. Y'all be seeing it like I see it.
I wasn't expecting that one. But I got one that I wanted to happen, but it didn't happen like I wanted it to happen. I'm going
Hold on, what?
James.
Say that one more time.
I wanted one to happen,
Okay.
but it eventually happened because the husband was unalived.
Oh God, Jesus.
Later on, it's a fictional one, fictional.
Okay. I'm like,
But
shit, nigga, what?
I'm going Florida and James.
Okay.
I feel
Eventually,
like if they would have broke up, earlier, the family would have been better off with James. Their kids went with James.
Yeah, I can see that. You ain't talking crazy. I never
James ain't
wanted.
about
I
James ain't
never
about
wanted
stopping that
James to
money.
be together with her anyway. To be honest, I was never a fan of that. I'll be completely honest. That was not the one.
I feel like the show could have been funnier with Florida as the neighbor and Walona as the wife.
Mm.
They ain't want to give black people that much hope.
Walona. Well, that damn. Yeah, James would have. I feel like James would. Okay, this might be unpopular opinion. I don't really know, but I feel like James would have damn sure been less stressed out if he was married to Walona. I feel like he would have been happier. I really do. I really feel like he would have been a lot happier. I feel like things would have been great. I feel like he would have come home every day happily. Like even if like I'm gonna be honest with you, right? We all thought about Walona and Thelma. We
Mm-hmm.
know who we talking about right now.
Yep.
And I feel like had he been married to Walona, like it would have made more sense how the hell Thelma came out so goddamn pretty.
Yeah.
Michael not looking crazy as hell would make a lot more sense.
Uh-huh.
The skin color would make a lot more sense.
And JJ's just the illegitimate.
James probably would have goddamn been a goddamn CEO. He had to come home to Walona. She liked to cook for a man. She looked good. She wore pretty negligees even back for the 70s.
But John Amos is a great actor because he definitely
John
acted.
Amos. John Amos.
John Amos.
Yeah.
John
Almost is
Amos.
that big ass black nigga from wrestling.
Almost.
My bad. No disrespect.
No, it's
But
all
yeah.
good. I just want to make sure don't nobody be looking for almost
Yeah.
and for come across that big nigga from wrestling be like, hold on, this nigga was on good times.
Nah. But he's a great actor because he really acted like he was interested.
Oh, you said what's up with this Florida hate? Do you not know the black man's narrative on Florida? Are you crazy? Let's go over what Florida did in her history on that show.
She stopped everything good.
Hold on. JJ, flourishing career, makes a beautiful painting. Who's the first person to criticize his painting? Before anybody at the gallery can see it and criticize, she is, because
Take
it ain't
this
the
down.
white Jesus that she loves.
Take this down. What is this?
Michael get a chance to go to some cool school, she negates it. James had at least 4 good jobs before he took that job. Where he died at? Mississippi, Alaska, some on the pipeline.
Alaska, Antarctica, something like that.
Yeah. Before he passed away over there, she stopped him from at least 4 good damn jobs because they didn't work with her morals, they didn't work with her schedule, they didn't work with this. Ma'am, we live in the Cabrini Green projects. Anybody who knows Chicago, we trying to get up out here. Let this man go do what he got to do. Every time he having a good time. James, don't do that, James. No, JJ. Ain't nobody had no damn fun in the house. Bitch, we live in the projects of projects. Can we find some joy? And every time we do try to find some, here come Florida. Oh no, James, with her damn head between her shoulders.
But she found her own damn joy and left them damn kids, didn't she?
What? Stayed on a date or some bullshit even while James was still at the house. I remember going out to dinner with her boss. Come on, James, it's nothing, James. No, bitch. We don't go
Fuck
out to
you
this
doing?
restaurant because you
Fuck
don't want me to
going on.
work. Every time I get a good job, you find a reason to make me have to leave.
I think them kids might have been with lonely kids because you left them goddamn kids with lonely and moved out the ghetto with this random ass motherfucker
Bruh, you left your children to go with
with
a
your
man.
neighbor. With your neighbor.
I don't care if one of the children or two of the children were grown. You had like, what are you for a man?
You
Not because
ain't switch that
you
lease over.
you moved up, and what a man that moved you to a better status as you leave your kids in squalor.
Leave them in the cabrini.
The opposite should be happening. Your kids should be leaving you and then coming to get you. Like, you supposed to take care of them, not the other. What the fuck is wrong with you, Florida?
And
Yeah, Florida
they had
was horrible.
previously planned to take care of her when the football player came and married Thelma before his
Bruh.
knee got fucked up. He was gonna move everybody out the hood, including fucking old orange wearing ass fucking
Who said
Florida.
no? Who said no? Who was the one that went against? We know.
Florida,
The one with no net.
orange
We
wearing
know
ass
exactly
Florida,
who it is.
Florida.
The one that looks
God,
just like one of them couches.
I thought this was more publicly known.
Oh, I did too, but sometimes what's
I
known
thought
in the
I
man
thought
world
was
ain't known
aboard
in the woman
the
world.
anti-Florida thing. I thought
That might
everybody
be
was
a
aboard
man
this.
conversation we have at the barber shops that women won't in on. I don't know. But
I
yeah, I
don't
thought
know.
that was a universal thing of people just knowing Florida was the villain of that show. There's actually YouTube videos on the real villain of Good Times where they do complete breakdowns of everything Florida's done to demolish her family structure over the course of the history of that show. And it's extensive. It's really bad. As much as the damn James moment, everybody remember, but it was a lot of bullshit before that moment and afterwards.
She
Yeah.
had some shoulders on her, boy.
Damn.
And it was sad because back then it was so many ride or die women in most black sitcoms. Like, most of the time, the women and the men really rode for each other hard. And this was like
Damn.
the first show I watched at that age where the woman didn't have the man's back as much as he had hers. And it was confusing because James was a good damn husband. He disciplined the kids. He showed up every day. He worked his ass off to provide. Like, he had a good moral structure. He won't out here in the streets. He brought his black ass home with the check every week. Like, he was a good man. And then Florida would just like sabotage everything for no, like, why? What is, you don't want to get off welfare, do you?
You miss your little company.
Florida was the first welfare queen. You just don't want to get off welfare. You want to keep making that bullshit ass oatmeal and stew that you keep making, that you're trying to teach Thelma to make, that y'all keep burning their other episodes.
Good time.
You scratching and surviving because you keep on sabotaging. Shit.
Good.
Could have been had your ass over there on the what's the suburb? What's the suburbs of Chicago they be talking about all the time? They be like, if you from here, you ain't really from Chicago. You could have been had your family out in the suburbs. Had several chances to allow your family to elevate, and you sabotage everyone. Your kids even. How you sabotage your babies? Your baby was about to be a world-renowned painter, and because he didn't paint the Jesus you like, you had a whole bitch fit.
Conniption out this motherfucker.
Not in my house. What? This nigga is talented as fuck.
The hell.
This nigga JJ painted the painting that's at the end of your theme song. How the fuck you ain't let him live?
Imagine surviving. She wanted to sit back. She wanted to stay scratching and surviving.
Man, yeah, I'm sorry to go off on that tangent, but I was very surprised. Kim, I did not realize that the Legend of Florida Evans was not a bigger
The Legend of Florida
Oak Park Works. I don't know Chicago suburbs that well. The only part of Chicago I went to was very much the hood. It's an area they refer to as the Wild, them hundreds. Yeah. So I don't really know the nice part of Chicago. I didn't get to go to the little part where they be shopping at. I went downtown. I did go downtown. Got some good food down there. I don't like y'all the pizza there, but
Hell
outside of
no.
that,
Like a cake.
I did like the chicken. And I ain't talking about Harold's. I'm talking about like the little hood
Man,
spot.
pizza cake.
You know, the little spot that, yeah. They don't speak
Man,
no English, but they make them chicken wings good as fuck. That chicken and rice is good as hell.
Chicago
But yeah,
pizza nasty
shout
as
out to
shit.
Chicago. Chicago style pizza, because they do have New York style pizza places and other like the regular pizza places in Chicago. But those deep dish shits, man, y'all can take that thick ass lasagna bread and get the fuck on.
Pie.
Man, fucking
Listen to
pizza
me.
cakes
You
and
can
shit.
have. I don't want my pizza wet.
Pause.
Yeah.
No, because it's wet. I ain't say the other thing.
I know.
Yeah.
Even the reference would go toward the female, so I'm gonna stand by that one.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't want no damn soggy ass pizza. Like who? Can I just say this on behalf of people who like to eat real food? Don't nobody want no soggy ass nothing. Don't give me no wet ass wing. Don't give me no wet ass bread, pastry. Don't overcook nothing so where it's all extra soupy. Like, no. I don't even eat oatmeal, but if you make oatmeal, that shit is not supposed to look like juice at the end. Like it's not a drink. The fuck is wrong with y'all people out here? They're like this wet shit on your food.
Yeah.
Like what are you missing in your life that you that thirsty? Let me start there. And you can take the thirst as however you want, but what happened when people start wanting all this? Man, I have had some wing spots give me some of the sloppiest damn honey lemon pepper wing. Why is the skin soggy? What did y'all cook this in? Did you cook it?
Ugh.
Don't give me
You
no
gotta
baked chicken with no soggy ass skin. I don't like none droopy and soggy and sad. I don't want no
throw the fuck up.
what was that forest they went through and never in the story when it just made them depressed the whole time they walked through it? I don't want no food that looked like it went through there. Just looking all distraught, like the life been hard. Bitch, you was food. You supposed to just be good and crisp and out the oven. Why you look depressed already? I haven't bit you. What happened to you? What have you been through already? And if you've been through that much, I don't want you. Obviously, the cook did not like you enough to do nothing, so I don't want you.
Fuck this souffle.
Man, bro, I don't like none of that bullshit, bro. I remember I had flan. Now, mind you, I'm gonna tell you what I thought of flan, and when I say it, it's gonna sound stupid, but when you think about flan, it's gonna make sense, and it's the weirdest conundrum or oxymoron you can think of. Flan is like a soggy pudding. It's like if a pudding don't know what it want to be, so it just got depressed and hung on the side of the road for a year in a tent and like panhandle, and then came back to the house. Flan, I'm flan now. That's what
Well,
they call me on the street.
I
Like
have no idea what that is because I've never tasted pudding before, so
that's fair. That's fair. But your ass had flan. I remember Miss O'Leary.
I had no choice. It was a grade. That shit was nasty then.
But that's all I'm saying. It didn't you taste the despair?
Taste the misery.
I don't remember you looking happy after you ate it. Like the feeling transferred from the food to you. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't nobody want no droopy ass.
It was not a pleasing experience.
You know what? You know what Chicago style pizza is? That deep dish shit. It's like pizza if it was mixed with Eeyore. It's like pizza that tried to drown itself and it didn't work, but they still sad. So you see them like that's what that extra layer of sauce is. It's just like, why is all this shit on here? Why is your pizza 15 pounds? Please tell me why. Who gonna eat all that? Who eating all that? Ain't nobody about to eat that much damn leftovers of pizza. If you just go ahead and make a lasagna, you might have me. But once you add in lasagna with the added layer of bread, Damn it, I am full. Man, y'all get that shit out of here. I'm gonna die. You trying to clog me and every generation after me's damn arteries.
And
That
I'm
shit
like,
sound
Get that fat shit out of it. That's the fattest meal ever, man. I don't know who thought of it or who decided to just say everything in the fridge, let's stack it on top of each other and bake it in a skillet and call it pizza. Nigga, no, Italians did not. They look. My good friends from Sicily did not die for this to be their legacy. No, they did not. Do you not do pizza like that? And they the only ones that act like that. I'll even take a margarita. But don't give me that thick ass goddamn dictionary that y'all call pizza and that you done dipped in a pond. It's like a dictionary that came out the pond. It's just big wet and hey, it's like everybody. It's like the girl that everybody want to meet at the strip club. She just big, wet, and thick. But pizza ain't supposed to be that. That's the problem.
Hell
Look,
no.
4 days. Now I can finish a New York style pizza, depending on the size, obviously, in a day or two. Probably can do it, in a normal time if I just go ahead and hit it all real quick. And it's a medium pizza or something. I might can finish it in a sitting, depending on how fat I feel like being that day. But 2 days to three, that shit gone. 4 days for a pizza is crazy work. That tells you exactly how bad that pizza is. It's just wet, juicy, and thick for no reason. Like you can literally feel your arteries bulging in your arms and legs when you eat it from the cholesterol and extra plaque you taking in. That
diabetes.
shit is not normal. But it matches. Like if you always gotta be running from people and you shooting at people all the time, you might need them extra carbs and shit. That shit might, fuel your but god damn man. That shit is some whew, man.
Diabetes.
Man, and the bad part about it is every other food in Chicago is amazing. Chicago, one of the best towns in the world for food. Like they make good food, but that pizza is, whew, nigga, stop,
Disgusting.
man. Like I know this ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about. I know it, and I'm sorry, but yeah, man, Chicagoans, my Chicago brethren and sistren, please stop it. I don't know why y'all think that is good to anybody from that's not from there, but don't get nobody that's not from there that. Take us to the New York spot. Y'all have them. Y'all have good pizza in certain places. Y'all don't have. You would eat a slice with a salad. You gonna die for you bite the salad. You better eat the salad first, or at least you get some nutrition on your way out. Cause that shit is. Oh man, that shit is. Man, I don't even know what the. I'm trying to think of who is that thick to even compare to the thickness of that. That shit is like 5 wrestling mats thick.
Mm-mm. It's a cake.
A quadruple layer cake with
Mm-hmm.
cheese and sauce and topping. And that's the thing; they still be adding in toppings and shit. Like the cheese is 3, 4 layers thick, sauce everywhere. Like there is no clean way to eat that pizza. You can't fold it. You can't. It's just dripping everywhere. As soon as like you literally ain't even gonna get a whole slice when you go to cut it and pick it up because most of it gonna just drip off the side. So now I got incomplete bread lasagna. Man, I gotta scoop pieces back onto it. Man, that shit is crazy. I don't. Chicagoans, who was the first person to think of that? And can y'all give me more information? Because I love to just research like why they did that. Like who was out here like, damn, pizza needs some more to it. Everybody I know like pizza. I ain't never heard nobody have a good pizza and be just complaining. Oh, it needs some more layers. That won't thick enough. That was too dry. I ain't never heard that. So who is these people that was out here that was just struggling with regular pizza that was like, let me stack 7 of them on top of each other and then drown it in sauce. And then, man, you'll get the hell out of here, man. And if I ain't mistaken, is that ricotta cheese on the goddamn pizza? That is lasagna. I don't even like it on lasagna. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a ricotta guy. But damn, on the pizza too. We already got mozzarella, and y'all done stacked 13 different types of that on there. You got them big wads that they put on there, and the shredded. It's drowning in marinara. I would never eat another tomato. Don't have acid reflux. Your shit is fucked because it's tomato on tomato and that shit. I've never seen a food like it. It's the most. It said Gordano's. It's the restaurant. Hold on, let me type that down because I want to look that up after this. Like, why did he feel the need to do all that? Like, who asked for that? That's what. This ain't got nothing to do. Again,
No damn body
we
asked for that nasty shit.
yeah, we way off topic. I know, and I apologize, Face, but I'm really confused as to who the hell would be asking for these innovations that don't actually innovate. They just be like getting in the way of what was already a good thing.
Didn't nobody ask for that nasty ass shit. I can tell you that.
Nobody. Like, who the hell? All right. We had ranch dressing. We had Italian dressing. We had French dressing. Who the fuck asked for Caesar? Who told somebody to put chopped up fish into the dressing?
What?
And a fish that most people don't even eat by itself. So why would we want it in the dress? Do you know that anchovies is in Caesar dressing?
Mm.
Who the hell asked for that? Like, who was out here eating all these good ass dressings and then was like, oh, no, we need them little fish don't nobody be eating. Put that shit in there. That's gonna be good. Nigga, no. Why? Let me just eat my salad and peas. Maybe throw a crouton over here or something. I even take some bacon or some boiled egg. If you want to throw a protein on top, maybe a slab of chicken or some salmon, even a couple of shrimp. But don't you put no goddamn bullshit fish that I won't eat by itself anyway on here. Why would I want that in my dressing? Now I can't even take it out. At least if you put it in there in pieces, I can pick it out. I can't even pick it out the dressing. Now I gotta take. Who asked for this? On a salad that don't got shit else but cheese, lettuce, and croutons. So it's already a bullshit salad. Let's put this bullshit fish in there too. Who asked for all this bullshit on bullshit? I don't understand who be asking for this shit. I really don't. I really don't. Face, go ahead with your topics. I'm glad you're back. I was trying to stall for you.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Appreciate you. So,
I got you, my
topic. You know, all these big cases being in the news, and that's the basis of my topic is these cases about celebrities being in the news. Question I pose to the panel and just pose to everybody. Do you think the way that the media plays a part in the court process of celebrities makes it unrealistic to get a fair trial by jury?
Yes. Would you like me to expound? But that's my easy answer. Yes.
Oh yes, definitely expound. Definitely expound. I agree. Definitely agree.
So what I say is, a jury pool has to be a jury of your peers. That means it's gonna be the general public. At this point in time, even the general public that's not tuned into certain genres, whereas in the past, like if I'm a Caucasian from a certain part of the country, I may not be tuned into hip hop, right? That's no longer the case. Like everybody's kind of catching feeds from everybody else, so everybody's kind of has an idea of what's going on. Which, if you are a celebrity, meaning you are already famous in general, every news site now is going to post your shit. Whereas back in the day, I might catch you on the Star or the Inquirer, but I might not see you on the cover of this particular magazine because it kind of favored a certain genre, right? Now that's gone. Now it's the genre that magazine is posting on newsfeed. So the algorithm gonna pick it up because a lot of traction will be there. So you're getting information about shit that you normally wouldn't know about that now you have intimate details about before you even get to the point of the trial starting. Before jury selection even starts, you already have a idea of kind of how you feel about it. And even if you do a good job as a jury member of masking those things in the jury selection process, you're still probably a person that has an idea of who these people are. So you've already kind of have an idea of what you think before you go in there. And I think that is to the detriment of trials. I think at this point it's better to just go with a judge trial. I would trust my hands more in the hands of a judge than a jury, especially if I have been painted in the media as a bad guy, even if I'm innocent. I would rather a judge hear me because then a judge is held to a higher legal standard, even, and then I can also I feel my appeals process might be easier, but yeah, it's tough right now, man, because your whole jury pool has seen this shit thrown in their face 30 times. Like, it's, especially even when we look at the current trial that's going on, the Diddy trial. Like, if I'm a juror in that, I've seen that Cassie video way before we got to the point of a trial. So even if I try to say I didn't, it was so prevalent in the news, it's almost hard for me to say I have no idea what's going on. Somebody in my family talked about it. I seen like something like it's so prevalent. It's very hard to find that small percentage of people that hasn't. So yeah, I say it's fucked up the whole process on that. At this point, we either gotta have a trial by judge as the main form of trial, or we gotta have a new way to look at how we report celebrity news, I guess. But some I don't know. Yeah, it's fucked.
What you say, Pat?
Yeah, I think I said this on last week when we were talking about Diddy or whatever. Like, I don't think it's any way around it in this day and age. Like, there is no, I don't know, because some could say without that information, he wouldn't have had a fair trial and he could have won. Or it would be fair to the people that are actually trying to persecute him or whatever. Or, if we did, now that we do have all the information and there's that a third, like, my only thing about it is the information that is shown out there. It doesn't pertain to anything for real, exactly of what they are persecuting them for or whatever. So in that sense, yes, there isn't a fair trial or a character trial, but a lot of times we kind of have an idea of what that character is before we even get into that person in the trial anyway. And we don't even know them personally. So I can't really say it's a difference or whatever. People going to have their opinion, whether they whether influenced or not. To tell you the God honest truth, it's just like way too many factors in general. But in a lot of, I would say in most cases, in situations where maybe the person that's getting persecuted doesn't have that pull or those resources to counteract whatever the media puts out there, yeah, definitely there wouldn't be a fair trial. And we've seen that before where let's say the police officer shoots a young black male that was unarmed, and then next thing you know, you'll see media talking about, well, he wasn't no angel, but that don't have nothing to do with the situation at hand. In general, whatever. So like, I don't know. It's kind of a damn if you do situation, and damn if you don't situation. and
Yeah.
it's just a matter of how we navigate through the information that pops up or whatever. Because me myself, I'm skeptical of everything I first see the first time. In general, even with the Diddy stuff, like I never was a fan of Diddy, and it's some things about him that make me feel like he's suspect in general. Just the way he moves in general or whatever. So even before the trial or whatever, I already have my mind made like what that person is
Right.
in general. So I don't know. I kind of think it by trial basis. It's like we kind of see if the media plays an unfair part or a fair part in a situation. Yeah, I guess it depends on the popularity of the person in the public eye. That was a lot of P's.
You was alliterating,
Yeah.
but I get your overall point. I think it does go case by case because I do think that it's important to. I think it depends on how big the celebrity is,
Mm-hmm.
but then also like what they were charged for. Because I think that certain charges also are going to be more heavily publicized by the media and scrutinized and given more eyes than like other ones.
That's true. That's true. And then I mean, in the I would say in the social media world, it's always a trial before the trial.
Oh shit, yeah, I did see that, Kim. I see her talking about.
So what, man?
Hold on, my bad, y'all. I had to switch devices real quick, but yeah, I did see that particular case where the dude was accused of kidnapping, even though he really didn't even touch the child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ain't never seen nothing like that. That shit crazy right there. Like that is some weirdo shit. Cause, but it does go to like even in that case, right? The trial still ain't fair. Cause even though it goes in
I ain't
his
heard of that.
favor.
Explain that.
Okay, so if I'm talking about, and Kim can correct me if I'm wrong about the specific case that she's talking about, but if I'm not mistaken, the case she's talking about, um, there was this guy, there was this lady in like one of them hover round type carriages at Walmart, and she had kids, and her baby was in the thing, and it looked like this dude was walking through the store, saw the baby about to fall or something, and helped her get the kid back right, and then kept on walking. But she accused him of trying to kidnap the kid. And it was a big story. Like I remember I seen it on YouTube a lot, and I didn't even realize it was in Georgia. But if that's the case that Kim is talking about, but in that case, even I feel like if that is the case she's talking about, I don't feel like that one's gonna be fair because it's still like the jury has seen enough evidence already before the trial starts to make their own conviction. And I think good or bad, I think the first time whoever is judging it sees it should be objective and for the first time in the courtroom. If you're gonna have a jury trial, otherwise just get rid of the jury, let it just be a normal, trial of public opinion, or let the judge do the job or whatever. But yeah, that stuff bothered me a little bit just because I look at it as like I look at it as like, why is it that you would even allow that, right? And like impartial means there's no preconceived notions or biases yet. It's just whoever I am as a person, I may have biases, but toward this specific facts of this case, I don't know. I just want to pop up. And I think that's the problem I have with it. Like, I'm one of them people that feel like if you're gonna have a rule, have it. If not, then let that go and do something different. But and I'm not even saying that, jury trials might not even, they probably not even the best way to decide a case, to be honest. It's too close to that same old shit they did in Puritan days. But um yeah, I, it got to be a better way, but I don't think that. Yeah, no, I'm done. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point.
I think at this point with media and technology as it is and continuing to grow, there's no going backwards.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
Media will get more and more influence on the judicial process, and I feel like people's opinions will be tainted way more than they are now down the road in jury selection. It's going to be harder to have jury selection. They're going to end up making the jury AI.
I would feel that's more objective than this. Like at this point, like there's enough case law. If you look at all right. So the way most case law is determined is by previous case law. What has already been decided? How do we feel about that now? We either overturned it or it sets the standard and it's new precedent for the next case. So if you can put all the cases that happen in an AI program, I do feel like it might be more impartial than a jury. Now, whether that's better than a judge who can also add in intent and emotion and having compassion for somebody, then that's different. And I also will also say I'm jaded because every judge I've been in front of when I was doing criminal activity was always fair to me. And the judge that I've experienced in my hometown now, or where I'm living at this moment, has always been super fair to everybody I've seen him interact with. So for me, I'm on the side of a judge, but an AI I don't feel would be worse than a. I feel a jury is still worse than AI. I take AI over that. Give me something that ain't even thinking about none. Hey, what's the facts? All right, the probability is this. Boom. Like, come on. I take that in a lot of cases, especially some of my cases growing up. Like, yeah, that would have been helpful. Would have made shit a lot quicker. But yeah, and I also think that that's the other part of it is like the social media makes people out to be some like it's so reactionary, and sometimes that first reaction can fuck up the other reactions that should be there afterwards. Because like Kim is talking about in this case that we talking about now, the guy at the Walmart in Georgia. At first, people was
Mm-hmm.
looking at him like he was a kidnapper, like he was trying to mess with this kid.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just had the mom story, you had the police report, and whatever the news was reporting. Then when the video came out, people started protesting, people started going off. Then now we got the truth, and you see the video, you're like, oh, hold on, what the hell? He ain't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga was way up the aisle. He won't try to mess with nobody. He ain't even look back and say nothing. Like, what are you talking about, lady? But again, I think that's the biggest problem because that part ain't as publicized as that initial, whatever the initial outcry is, whether it's good or bad for the defendant, it's never as loud as the retraction and the follow ups. And I think that's even a bigger problem. Like the news outlets play a big part of that, and social media algorithms. Like there has to be a when we find out somebody is innocent or we have evidence to support their case, we have to trumpet that as loud as the shit that makes them look bad to make our
Yeah, that ain't
newspaper
gonna
or
sell
our
nothing.
website get clicks or whatever. Like,
That ain't gonna make them no money and sell nothing. They can only sell and make money with salacious information.
but this the
There's
thing
no
though,
more.
bro. See,
There's no longer
look,
investigative journalism.
it would be. But at this point, people got to look at the difference in okay, it used to be journalism was driven by what the story was, right? Now journalism is driven by what the algorithm says the story should be. Songs are made because the social media companies allow like push this particular thing in front of more people than other things. Doesn't mean those other things are more important or the people wouldn't even like to see that more, but it's just like I found boots on the ground way before it got popular. You know when it got pushed to my algorithm for the first time, even though it was on my playlist for all this time? When it got popular and mainstream on a social media app. And then it started getting pushed there. Oh, now I see it everywhere. So it's like the narrative is whatever the media and the people who program these things to be pushed in the front of more people say it is. And if I'm a celebrity, these like think about it, like the narrative going into the case was Young Thug was cooked. And
Mm-hmm.
then the prosecution fucked up and we got more evidence and then it started looking better and the public perception changed. But like that initial public perception was really heavy until people were dropping and saying, "No, I ain't fucking with," and then people were still like, "Yeah, he cooked still." Until Woody came and until the judge started fucking up and got caught up in his own shit, and then we got a new like it was a lot of shit that happened that made that case go well. But most of the time in a case like that, the person just gonna get convicted regardless because the the public narrative out there is this person is a criminal and news and social media outlets now report shit as if it's fact before having the facts. They just say, "We heard this happen," and yeah, he's a horrible human being. They start putting a bunch of adjectives on the shit instead of just saying, "This is what's reported. We'll let y'all know more when we get it." Or not saying shit until you got all the facts and then just report. And a lot of newspapers used to do that because they had a slower news cycle. They ain't had to fill them 24 hours in before the next day. They just had to figure out what's happening today, get as much facts about today as possible, and then go. Now it's like down to the minute because if you a little bit behind now, your shit don't get picked up and you not as seen or as clicked or as as much notoriety as the next writer or person that's making this article. So like all these sites is like racing to try to okay, they had the thing the last hour. What's the newest thing this hour? So now we report, and they just be like, it'd be like whatever they hear. It don't even be facts yet. It just be, well, we heard, we heard, we heard, we heard. And if you put everything you heard together, yeah, you're gonna have some fucked up ass opinions about folks. But if you stop and just collect just the facts that you can verify and report those, it's a different picture. And I think that's what we lost. It's too quick. And I don't even blame it on social media. I say that's that CNN shit.
That's true. That does make sense. There's a lot of stuff. It just seems like they just, and then it almost feels like news have reruns that they just run over and over again on the hour if they don't have nothing to report, pretty much. So they got to fill it up with whatever.
Exactly. Exactly. So then they end up just saying a bunch of stuff that hasn't been verified. They're just saying whatever they heard from somebody on the ground. And then you end up with a bunch of lies, mistruths, half truths. And then the public, they don't know no better because they're looking at a lot of these sources. It's like you're supposed to be doing the work to do the investigation that I'm not able to do. I don't have them resources to go out and vet every single damn story. You're supposed to be doing that. So they taking it at face value. It's the reason why groups like QAnon and all that get popular because it's like it's so much misinformation that can be taken as truth just because it's happening from a source that you think is valid. That when you do get truth, you don't even know if that's the real thing because it's just the way media operates since CNN and since social media is horrible. It's
Dan Rather.
yeah, I miss when it was like you might it might take a week for the story to hit your town, but when it do hit, at least you got like a lot of the facts. You can kind of make an educated opinion on what you're reading and whether or not you should take it serious or not. Now you really can't always know because sometimes the shit that sound crazy is the real truth, and the shit that sound like mundane as fuck be biggest lies ever. So it's like, and they're so quick to try to just fill time and just fill. Got to keep them clicking. Got to keep them clicking. Give them something they can click on. Come on, let's make up a headline. How can we sensationalize this? And when you put that many adjectives and headlines on what is really some mundane shit, it does start to wear on the public and make people have opinions about things that they might not have if all they got was the one headline and then the facts. But it's the making a I gotta make this a headline. So how can I make this appealing as fuck to people so they'll click on it? But yeah, man, that thing, man, it shit is we yeah. Face, I think we crossed the threshold, man. I don't know if we can go back.
It's something else about that 24-hour cycle that I feel like influenced a lot of shit too.
What's that?
But I'm not like I feel like you pointed at something else, but I feel like there's something else that we're missing that they did that it influenced a lot of shit too. And I'm still thinking about it, but I feel like I had it, but I lost it. So just
I
give me a
got
moment.
two sides to it, and it's the cause of them giving us more bullshit information, so it makes us then consume more information. But I don't have another side, so if you
It's,
got something else, please add it, because I love to
yeah,
hear that
it's the
other
simple
perspective.
that when it wasn't 24 hours, you felt like it felt like it was a break from the rest of the world.
Yes, we went back to our normal lives for a second.
Yeah, like now it just seems like there's always something happening in the world. When it, of course,
This is
there's
why anxiety is at all. Like, nigga, I ain't have anxiety until social media came out. You right? Keep
yeah.
on preaching.
So like I feel like if it wasn't that around, like every 5 seconds there's something happening or whatever. If we can get that disconnection where everything that might be happening in the world doesn't have anything to do with you. It might just be them. Like I've been trying to have that mentality now too. Like
Say
the
that
whole
again, Pat. That was deep.
like everything that happening in the world right now may not have nothing to do with you at all. Like Trump and Elon ain't best of buddies no more. That shit don't got shit to do with me at all. I could care the fuck less about white on white crime right now. I really don't. Like it's just either way, but I feel like when you have that 24-hour cycle or you have social media always showing you information, it feels like you might be a little too attached to the world in a
And that's
way that
all
you
right.
should be attached to the world. Like you're not attached
Mhm.
to the natural world, you attached to the societal world a little too much.
Mm.
The one that you should detach to. I think that's the problem. Like we're going back to the world that we long to detach from, to detach from it.
That's a big
Instead of
statement, and that's real as fuck.
instead of going to like the natural world or just like, just having like a moment of just quiet for a moment, just away from everything. Like I try to practice that myself or whatever. Like we end up going into fucking Instagram and shit like that and all that other
Yeah,
stuff. And it's just putting you back and reattaching you and reconnecting you to the world that you need to detach from in the first fucking place.
that's a huge fucking point right there. The ability to detach is no longer there. So we are now also on the top of just the issue that you just outlined. We're also more emotionally connected to shit that has nothing to do with us, which allows our bodies and our minds to go through the emotional processes of shit that really ain't got nothing to do with us. So on top of whatever we're already emotionally processing in our own regular life, we're now adding on to that our attachments to these things, these concepts, these people that really are not changing or moving a needle on our life, but we are attached to it now. So now our emotions and our body, our physiology, all of that is affected by it. Whereas it used to be, you know what I'm saying, like you said with the detachment piece, like you might have that reaction at breakfast when you're reading the paper. But unless you was at home doing lunch to catch the afternoon news, you ain't see that no more till 6 o'clock at night when the evening news came on. Before that, you was chilling, hanging with the kids, playing games, watching, and don't let you miss the evening news. Then you ain't even catch that bullshit for the day until the next day. There were so many ways to get away from having to deal with shit that has either no impact on your life or the impact is minimal enough where you could go the next day without having to know about
Mm.
Like
it. Like,
when the
go ahead.
when the old folks used to say, you caught up in the world too much or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel
Mm-hmm.
that's them detaching from the world. You know what I
There you
Hmm.
mean?
go.
Hmm.
I feel like that's their way of saying you need to detach from the world a bit more or whatever. Like it and I also feel like they know how to detach from the world way better than us.
We so attached to everybody's life, and that we ain't able to actually just live our life.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Do
makes
you?
our life
Do you?
even feel like it's life and more than it is because we so attached to so many other lives that really ain't got nothing to do with ours.
That causes stress and heartache.
None but cortisol.
Nobody need no extra. You shouldn't try to consume someone else's stress.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. Yeah, that's the only. Like I said about stress, man. Like stress, you can't draw what stress look like. Ain't nobody never seen stress. Stress is the
Hmm.
only thing that we know exists that we can't see, smell, have a full description of, but it sure can't take you up out of here.
You ain't
Stress.
never lied. You ain't
Stop
never
letting
lied.
other people and they shit stress you. It's easy to do because we all care about loved ones. We care about our friends. So when we ask them what's going on, they confide in us. It's only human to be a certain level of empathetic. But don't let your empathy turn to something different, and that shit start wearing you down and stressing.
You know
Nah,
what?
you tell them your cup is full and you keep on moving forward. Like you can't consume nobody else's stuff or yours. You already got enough on your own plate. I know you do.
Man, you gotta do those mindfulness activities, man. Like you gotta do those things that allow you to reconnect with the real world because you'll find oftentimes that media, social media, any type of media will make you have a false sense of what the truth is in your everyday reality. Like when you get out and you connect with real people, you find that most people are not as hateful as they are online.
Mm-hmm.
You don't experience those same type of interactions as much offline as you do online. You'll find most people are a lot more reasonable. You can hang with people, you can talk to people, you can even disagree with people a lot easier in person than you can online. So you can find them moments to like disconnect and like go find them people in real life and however you do it. I think that's hella important these days. And without holding your phone while doing it, because then you're still connecting to all these other things and inputs that don't really matter in your life. Like one of the worst things I think too social media has done is it detach we're detached from the real world so much that we don't even live our experiences. Like we'll go on a breathtaking experience and not actually feel it because we're trying to get the perfect selfie to put on Instagram or a perfect story video to make so people can see what we're doing or so that we can feel connected to all these random people instead of the people that's right in the experience with you. You're not even locked in with them.
Too busy trying to share your experience with the world
You
and not
can't even
sharing and
hear
enjoying
your
your own
baby
thing.
on at the basketball game because you're trying to get a picture with them for the gram to show that you're a good parent instead of just being there and just being thrilled
Being
that
with
your
your parents.
your baby just made a basket. Like we are locking out of physical interaction and really locking into digital, and it's affecting the way we perceive a lot of stuff. Not only just the trials we're seeing, like it's tainting our ability to be objective, but it's also like killing our senses and our human connection. It's making us really look at people. I think that's why we have all these arguments with men and women online. Like, I think it's getting to the point where like people are seeing each other as commodities or as avatars instead of real people that got emotions and they gonna cry, and this person is gonna be a little different than the last one, and like we missing them nuances because we're so stuck on trying to perform and be these avatars. It's
And then
sad.
you have a whole generation that grows up communicating just as that.
It's coming back though, man. Cause I look at my son generation though, them niggas going outside again.
That's good.
Like when I watch the kids in my neighborhood right now, like I watch my son, he go out and the whole neighborhood of kids, all of them out there in the front playing football. You'll have me and the other dads out there riding bikes, throwing footballs. The moms out there racing the kids up the street, and it's like you can see. I don't know I don't know whether it's a cyclical thing of like when you go too far one way, the pendulum got to swing back or what. But I'm starting to see them
The cycle.
remnants. Yeah, I'm starting to see them remnants of the old school. Hey, yeah, maybe we don't got to bring back everything, but these things was kind of
Mhm.
cool. These
Um,
things kind of made us better people. Let's go back to some of that, and I'm seeing those human connections being built. But I do think we've pivoted a long way.
I may have a hot take kind of based on that.
Go ahead, my
Okay.
brother.
All right,
Explain.
and it's based off of like the cycle of how I see rap music or whatever. I hate to say it like this, but compared to times before, black people been having it good compared to times before. Not to the degree that we find acceptable, just to the degree that I've seen a lot of black people do things that I haven't thought was possible black people can do in my
Yes.
lifetime. I never thought. Now, mind you, we feel how you feel about them, but I never thought we are gonna have a black president. I didn't know we were gonna have this many rich black people,
Okay.
or black people controlling businesses, or it's just that I never seen. It wasn't as much media to show me the many things that I've seen over time. Black people can't do, have done, been doing, and this and the third. But in that time, we also become a lot happier. The music has become a lot happier. And in that time, it becomes like a lot less serious, like about certain things. Like I see the kids or whatever, they'll troll about certain things that I knew back in when we were kids, we wouldn't dare troll about. You know, just just in general. And now that it seems like it's that air of I don't know what's going to happen in the next year or a couple of months, the way the world is. In that air, it just seems like things have gotten a little bit more serious. Stuff people are taking things that we took for granted a little bit more seriously, in general. And I had a theory is like, all right, we had it good for a while under Obama and Democrats as far as like certain things or whatever. In general, we gotten a little bit happier. We not worried about certain things that we used to worry about or whatever.
Mhm.
The music has gotten a lot happier, and a lot of things we've become more worried about trivial things more than life and natural things, just because we haven't had that air of we need to appreciate what we have. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, it's more like we need to get more. Now it seems like okay, and I said this before. I was like, all right, I'm getting Trump in office. All this happy-go-lucky mumble shit. People gonna get tired of that shit after a while. It's kind of hard to like want to listen to music that just talk about how I'm stunting on you when you don't got stunting money. Nobody around you got stunting money, and ain't you know what I'm saying? And you're looking at the clubs, and you're not even going to clubs because you don't even see a purpose of going to clubs anymore. The nightlife scene has died out over time. And it just seems like now it's just more people are going back to the basics. And when I say that about rap, it's like now it just seems like I've seen a renaissance of lyric, more more emphasis on lyricism lately. Like all the happy-go-lucky shit people have been feeling like it's been boring lately or whatever. And I myself feel like everything's been watered down in general anyway, pretty much. But now it just feels like everything is going back to the way everything was. Like it seems, I feel like everybody's seeing like, oh, see, all the stuff that we have grown to like over the years is fake. So I'm gonna just go back to what I think is I've known to be natural or whatever. Now I know I might have been ranting, and I apologize for that, but it's
You don't
That's
have
what
to
the
apologize
podcast
for
for.
it.
Get your rain
Yeah.
on, brother. Get your rain. Get your rain on. Get your rain
You
on.
don't have to apologize at all. I think I can see some of your points. I don't. I think there's a
Everybody, get your
so there's
motherfucking
a
rain.
nuance. I think that's the thing. Like I don't think it's as black and white as anybody gonna make it right. So I think there's a nuance of what's actually happening that you have the pendulum has swung too far morally, socially. So you do see a lot of pushback against that by younger generations, like the red pill, the women bashing men, like all of these different little phases have kind of like went too far. So
hmm
you see people, especially again, I'm talking about the younger generation. If you watch kids and younger teenagers, you can kind of see like, okay, they're getting to a different place of like a lot of the racial shit is going to be different. A lot of the social norms and what we be beefing over, they not gonna be beefing over. Now they are gonna have a different way of trolling and talking, and they're gonna have different cultural norms that's gonna be uncomfortable for us because they're gonna be different. So it's gonna still merge some of their new ideas. Like you're gonna have a Playboy Cardi in the same place as a Travis Scott in the same place with a Kendrick and Cole, and rappers and artists like them who give you all of those different pieces, right? Even a Tyler Creator type of person. But I think it's gonna become more like where the social background is going to be a little different. So you might still have the people that's always just making bops, but what they talking about is probably going to end up starting to be different as kids start to reject drugs more, as
hmm
kids start to reject as kids start to push more toward like let's have a relationship and let's be settled, as kids start to reject more the some of the more weird and toxic things that we've done in generations before. You're going to get a different thing, but you're also going to get a different comfort level with certain things too. So the way they talk to each other is going to be like, let me give you an example. When I watch my son and his friends, right, they'll fuck with each other about faking like they're gonna break one of each other's favorite shit that they know would crush the other person. But it's because they know neither one of them is really gonna do it, and they're all really actually really sweet kids who like when they accidentally break some of the others, they send each other thank you. I mean, sorry cards and let me buy you something to replace it. Like they love each other. They brothers, but they're also way more comfortable fucking with each other over important shit and just joke. And that's their way of like they literally like my son just got in trouble with his grandpa because he was joking with him about breaking his cactus, not knowing that the cactus was like something that this grandpa had been working on.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? So to our generation, like why would you joke about that? That's not funny. To them, they think it's hilarious because they know it's not gonna happen. But they also play Roblox all day where they destroy each other's shit for fake. So they come from a very different understanding of how things work. But it works because what I will say is the way they treat each other, as far as how they actually love on each other, care for each other, have each other's back, show up for each other when each other's having a rough moment, is way better than my generation when I was
Yeah.
that age. Their level of emotional understanding and understanding, like, hey man, my boy going through something. Let me go love on him. This kid that's just new at the school, I watch my son and his classmates. Like, yeah, we may end up all joking on each other, but this new kid, let's leave him alone because we don't know him yet. Let's give him a chance to get acclimated. Let's actually like invite him over to play this game with us. See if he want to hang out. Let's get to know him. What's your name? Where you from? Like, oh, you speak a different language. Cool. Can you teach us? Like, they way more engaged and loving than my generation was. But they say shit to each other that I would have punched somebody in my generation in the face or gotten punched in the face for saying.
Mm-hmm.
But the level of emotional depth is different. So there's going to be some shifts that we ain't going to like. But what I do see is because I do believe that life is cyclical and I do believe that whenever, like, the world is always going to try to find its balance. So whenever it swings, however far, anyway, it's always going to kind of come back to somewhere in the middle. And I can see that middle ground forming in some of the younger generations. Now, there's a lot of stuff that got to get out of the way for them to be able to fully do what they want to do. But I think as they become older and become adults, we might be looking at some that could give us some of what we used to. You feel me? But also maybe a little bit of what makes them them. But I do think that right now, at this present moment, I think the issue is we are still like we're starting the pendulum swing, but we're still at that other end of the pendulum where it's gone too disrespectful on all ends. Like I don't think that there's one group that we look at majorly. Now it may be smaller groups or something that we can point to, but like when you look at like the major political movements and the major groups in the world that's kind of like beefing, I don't see where none of them have just like a great moral stand. They're all just kind of like doing really crazy shit, and you don't have to. And yeah, but it's coming. I don't know if we'll live to see it, but I do see that the generations below us are starting to try to like, hey, why y'all do that? Well, I'ma just, and I think it's because a lot of us are going through this bullshit, so we teaching them babies like, hey man, this can't keep being the thing. This can't be how we act a fool with everybody.
I think we'll see it in our grandkids' generation that it'll finally be there because this generation is being taught by our generation. We're trying to instill that shit into them. That's why they're getting the results they're getting as far as their behavior and how they respond to the thing. And if they're responding like this and they're continuing to get the good teachings they're needing and they embody that, then their children, the next generation, if they continue to try to embody or push those same qualities or instill those same qualities, I should say, in their children, then that generation in the whole should be hopefully that generation that can do these things.
Mm-hmm. I yeah, it's yeah. I just pray
Consistency
we
and
we live to see
generational parenting.
it can get better though. There's possibilities there.
Consistencies and generational parenting.
That the generational parenting, yes sir. I think that's one of the hugest pieces. Just when we see these problems, if like a lot of the parents that I know now, even if they like kind of toxic, I see a lot of them trying to instill better values in their kids and trying to work on themselves to do that. And if we can keep doing it as parents, I think that helps. And but it's gonna take. It's like every other cultural movement. It's gonna take a minute to shift from this because we shifted this far for so long. So now we gotta spend the work to go back the other way. But there'll be a happy medium that comes at some point. I think, in my opinion.
Someday.
But yeah. But yeah, man. Face. Do you want to go with one of your alternate topics, or you want to end it here, my boy?
Shit, how y'all feeling, man? Y'all tired? Y'all can go one more lighthearted.
I got one more lighthearted. Like I said, about 12:30, I
All
gotta
right, well,
go, but we good for right now.
we can get this real lighthearted. All right, I pose this question today on the short. Someone just bring it to the podcast. See what I get answer from y'all. In today's economy and how we are as a culture, and at your age, does a job title matter? Or hey, a job is a job as long as I'm getting paid and it's legal.
I would say for me personally, pay matters more than title. Like I know some people with lower titles that get paid more than the people above them just because of the way a salary structure works. And they have less responsibility. I know, so for me, it's more about, especially in these days specifically, am I making a livable or better wage? Is there room for me to make more in the position I'm currently at? And if I can, I don't really need to have the title because these days a lot of these titles come with a lot of ambiguous shit. And they end up using you for less than you was making at the position right below that
Yep.
because they change your pay structure or something to fit the title, and then you end up actually you're bringing home less, but you're bringing home more of the job. And in this day, I think the problem the job market is gonna find is that after COVID, most people went home and realized a lot of the shit we be jumping through hoops to do is a lot easier than we had to do it because we've seen it be done without us being in there. Ain't nobody in there, but all that shit got done. So how really crazy do we need to go to get this done? And I think you have a workforce that, for the most part, has also come to a lot of realizations. Like, I'm never gonna be rich. All right. Well, how can I get as good as I can to set my son up to be rich, my daughter up to be rich? And that may not entail me necessarily jump through all these hoops because all these hoops still ain't gonna get me rich. So if I'm gonna end up at a similar place, but one of them I can make more money and maximize the amount of resources I can accumulate, and I might even be able to use this extra money from this job that ain't as stressful. And because I'm not as stressed, now I invested and have more time to research other ways to make my little paycheck work for me. I think a lot of people are choosing that. And it makes sense. Because at this point, yeah, fuck a title. Give me the money. You heard Jerry Maguire. Well, not even Jerry Maguire. You heard Cooper. Show me the money. And I'm not even a money driven person, but unless you working for the love of the job, which is maybe I would say 50 to less than 50% of the population. I would say most people go to a career or a job that had nothing to do with their original passion, but it afforded them a certain amount of resources and certain amount of ability to move upward in life, and they were good at it. So they maximized their potential and ate like they could, and then get into their passion when they retire or in their second career. So I would say that because of that, you know, fuck it, fuck a title. Do what's gonna give you what you need to be able to do the shit you want to do, and then do that. And yeah, that's my answer. I'm sorry for being long-winded.
I don't give a damn. Give me the money. That's pretty much my shit. Give me the money. That's what I've been saying the whole time while I'm in this position that has a title to it. Yeah. But where's my money?
Pay me.
That like pretty much. Pay me the money that you say that I work. Just
That
I
part,
feel like
right?
the pay got to meet the responsibility, man. Like,
Yeah.
I already
don't
feel
give
like
me no rinky dinky title.
I work.
Do not pay me assistant manager money with manager duties.
Yeah,
Just make me the manager and pay me as the manager, or keep me at my position and don't even let me do all that. Just let me make as much as the manager where I'm at, because I probably can. And I think that's the trick a lot of jobs do. They promote people, not because I think that's why you get bullshit people in some positions. Like this person making too much money. They done hit us in the head for overtime for the past 3 years, and they making more than the assistant manager. Let's just go ahead and make them an assistant manager, so then we can pay them less. And it won't get me.
Because ain't no overtime on the system manager.
I want every dollar I'm worth.
Ain't no paid overtime. Flat salary.
Or make me the assistant manager, but keep me hourly. So when you keep my ass in there 60 hours anyway, at least I'm getting that overtime still at this new rate.
The other reason why I say status don't matter is because a lot of times there's people in these positions that might be over you, and they don't know what the hell they doing anyway. You teaching them. Why are you doing it? Whatever. But they got the job because maybe they got a degree or whatever, and they applied, or they had a job like that before.
Or they just know somebody.
They don't know what the hell they doing. So with that, it's like that kind of like decrease the value of like the status of the job anyway. You just telling me I'll just put anybody in the goddamn position. Pretty much. But let me shut the fuck up.
No, you preaching. You ain't saying nothing wrong to me.
Fuck that job shaming bullshit. Ain't no job shaming no more. I don't give a fuck what I'm doing. Pay me my legal money. I've been salaried before. Being salary is bullshit. Because working more hours and not getting the pay equivalent to what you're doing. You got extra responsibilities, but not that extra pay that matches it. You may get extra pay, but it don't match your responsibilities. No, I'm not down with
it. It end up not being extra pay. I watched a YouTube video. If y'all ever heard of this shit, it's these little animated videos with this lady called Veronica. She talking about corporate structure. She did the math on the difference between her hourly rate working a salary for the year at the same amount of hours and working as an hourly worker, and she was getting paid like $10 an hour less to work more to work more hours. Like, I know at the end of the year it might even out a little bit, but I've done way more to just make what I was making. Let me just make what I'm making there without giving me all that extra responsibility, or pay me what I'm getting paid now at the rate for all of them hours I'm about to add onto my schedule. Let me get all that time and a half. Because once I hit 40, I need my time and a half legal. You ain't about to do a shortness, so I need my paper. But I'll go ahead and work this. I'll keep working 60 hours a week. But right now I'm doing it and I'm chilling 60 hours a week. You about to make me stress for 60 hours a week or more. You gotta make that paper make sense. That's time away from my family. That's all. Yeah, fuck a title. So you can work and then make me the scapegoat when the shit go wrong. Fuck you. I ain't falling on the sword for nobody in no corporate structure. And I'm sorry. I want to be, for the rest of my life, I'm either going to be my own boss and run my own company, or I'm going to be a regular worker that's going to maximize the fuck out of that pay structure and going to beat y'all in the head for every dollar I can get. And going to use that money to do some other shit that I want to do anyway. But what you ain't about to do is you ain't about to give me no title. And that shit don't make sense. Because I need all the dollars. And I can't make dollars without cents.
True that.
Yeah, ain't about to get me, bro. Fuck that shit. That shit made me mad just now thinking about it. Like, you try to pay me
that middle management salary bullshit. That's for the younger people, I guess.
Indeed.
You feel me? Like, it's a status symbol. I'm a manager. Man, I've been there, done that. It's nothing special. You just got more work to do.
You get more work in a special shirt. Fuck that shit.
That's it, nigga. I got a
More
shirt
work
that
in a
comes like
special
home.
shirt. Fuck your shirt. I'm gonna go
I got
ahead
a
and
shirt
make
that
more than
color in
you and go
my
home to
closet
my
now.
family.
I'm good. You be
Go
here
home to my
stressing out.
family. And you won't call me at my house. Cause I clock out.
Cause my number ain't even listed on y'all damn database.
Yeah, I ain't even part of that little loop. Ain't no little messenger app that's about to be dinging or ain't about to be none of that. I don't know nothing. As soon as I
Yeah.
clock out, I don't know nothing about your job no more. I'm on the family time. Fuck
Mhm.
it. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I tell you what, that's the worst thing that happened to a lot of corporate structures is COVID because people start realizing, man, fuck these jobs. We doing all
Yeah.
this shit and we will never get to the place where like it's most of us ain't gonna make it. So then why the hell up man, fuck y'all. Get my damn
You
paycheck.
doing all that corporate work for corporations, but you'll never get that real corporate pay that the people on
Man,
top is
what?
getting. Never.
And don't
You
want to
making
do the jobs that
breadcrumbs.
they do because they do some fuck shit. I've seen the up no, they do some weirdo shit and I'm good.
You taking home breadcrumbs by they taking home whole loaves of bread. Fuck that.
Some of them
Busting
ain't
your
even
ass in
doing
your
that. Some of them
management.
just perpetrating a fraud, trying to make it
Oh yeah.
look good.
Oh,
And they
most
struggling
definitely that.
worse than you.
Most definitely that.
Hello.
Fuck
If you ain't
that
part of that top,
salary.
if you ain't part of that top 10% or top 1% or whatever, like you ain't, man. Everybody going through the same shit, just in a bigger house or a smaller house. But
That's
it's the
it.
same shit. Bigger car, smaller car, but it's the same shit.
All around the world, same song.
All
All
around the
around
world,
the
same
same song.
song. Yeah. All right, man. We about to get up out of here, man.
Hey, hey.
I think we done did it for man. It's been a great talk tonight, man. I think
Oh yeah,
we
man.
got a lot of frustrations out, which is definitely healthy for this month. Again, happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Um, if you got a man in your life that you love, you got a brother, a dad, if you're a woman, you got a husband. If you're a man and got a husband, whatever y'all be into out there, check on your bros, man. Check on your people, man. Just make sure they're good. Guide them toward the right places, the healthy places to get through their issues and hold their hand through it, man. Because men ain't gonna tell you they need that, but we do. We need help too, man. We not robots. Um, Definitely sound off in the comments below. Sound off in the comments below if you're watching this on replay or whatever the case may be, man. Let us know exactly what y'all thought about the case of the stepdad graduation invite. Do y'all think he should have been invited? Do you think he should have had the reaction that he had to it? Um, Let us know about whether a woman should keep their last name after they divorce. With circumstances would say yes, with circumstances say no, or do you just have a flat out answer yes or no and why? Uh, what are your top three women that you believe would or have struggled, that you believe you would have or have struggled to see them move on with a new partner based on the relationship you know them from? And
Not
then,
fucking Florida.
yes, now Florida. Nobody wants Florida. And do you think the media plays a part in the court process of celebrities? Like, do you think it's fair to celebrities or anybody these days with media having such a heavy presence before the case? What are your thoughts on that? And then, last but not least, let us know. Do you want a job title? Do you want to be the manager, the CEO, the COO, whatever the title is, or do you just want the money? What's more important to you in your career? Let us know below and why. Already, man. It's been a great show, man. I had a great time talking these topics with y'all, man. Thank you to Kimberly Callahan, last call in the chat. Appreciate y'all for stopping through and adding to the conversation. As always, anybody out there in the clouds on the replay game, please again continue to add to the conversation. What makes the channel work, what makes these conversations work is that we get to share them with y'all. So please make sure you share your thoughts with us, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe as you see it at the bottom. Excuse me. If you want to support financially, y'all see the cash app at the bottom, $ partner tiers one. All proceeds go toward all three of us and just keeping the show going. And if you want to support financially, but you want something back for your financial contribution, Faith, tell them about how they can do that.
The stove. Archery clothing. The stove. Archery clothing. The stove. Everything. Partners from head to toe. Pillows and beach towels included. Everything partners. Head to toe. beach towels and pillows included.
That's
Check it out.
ARTRE clothing. ARTRE clothing. We can't spell clothing because Face won't let us. And it's the only place
Well,
you can
no.
also get AC83 gear, which is Face's personal clothing line. So please make sure y'all check that out. And if y'all want to support, but you don't want to spend no money, you just want to make sure you either carry the conversation on with us, give us a new conversation to have, or just show your love. Pat, how can they keep in touch with us?
Y'all can write a letter, probably get y'all a little stamp and put it. No, I ain't about to give y'all an address. @THEPODNAS. @THEPODNAS. That is all of our social medias. TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, X, whatever the fuck you want to call it, Instagram, all them junks. And on Facebook, where Tiz Face Pat are the partners.
Indeed, man. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all tap in on our platforms. Again, like, comment, share, and subscribe, man. We love y'all. We hope y'all have a very, very blessed week. Shout out to everybody in the chat and on replay gang, man. And yeah, continue to share this. If somebody else want to have this conversation or you think it may be something that they would enjoy, please make sure y'all share it with them. Otherwise, man, we about to be up out of here. Y'all have a very, very, very blessed week. And we see y'all next week. Peace, bitches!
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Who the fuck you think you fucking with? I'm the fucking boss.